yo, never again, son. I was fucking gone.
How many milligrams was it?
Each shot is five.
And how many did you take?
It was almost like a drink. So
you did one?
No, it was more than one.
Oh.
It was like maybe like 20 to 25 milligrams.
So you don't you don't plan it, like you don't know exactly how much you need?
No. Because
you should learn what that number is.
But the thing is, like, if I'm doing it in the summer, like in the weekend, whenever everyone's drinking, then I can drink more.
Yes.
So I just didn't know. But then I got carried away too. It definitely wasn't 20.
But there is such a thing as too much. That's for sure.
1,000%.
Like,
yeah,
you hit 50 milligrams and it's like you're
now you're hallucinating.
Yeah, exactly. You're in a whole other level.
Yeah, no, you don't want to be doing that.
That happened to me one time when when I lived in Manhattan. My roommate at the time was a huge pothead. Like he smoked like 3 blunts a day, and like, so I mean, I would just it got too easy. It's like when people have junk food in the house and you're not even hungry, you just eat it. Exactly. Yeah. It was like, all right, whatever. So I had smoked, and then I was like, oh shit, I have to go to work. And this is also at a time when I had a motorcycle instead of a car. And for some reason, I was like, I felt totally fine. And it was like, it was a beautiful sunny fall day, blue sky. And I hopped on the bike. I was riding. I got on the
West Side,
FDR.
Yeah.
And at one point, I had on like this like kind of like trench coat. It was up behind me, like flapping in the wind, and I was like, I feel like a superhero.
I'm fucking cruising.
And I was like, I feel like I'm floating. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm fucking high. I was like, oh shit, I need to chill out. At the same, I was like, I need to fucking chill the fuck out. Don't speed, don't do anything, just chill. And I was like, all right.
That is a nice ride though on the FDR.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If there's no traffic.
No, I like. Well, I mean,
you're on a bike. So
yeah,
matter.
Exactly.
I can't believe you had a motorcycle. That's pretty crazy.
It was so much fun.
What type of motorcycle was it? A Harley?
I had 2. No, I had a Nighthawk that was a 92, so it was an old bike. It was so cool. It was like this beautiful like cherry red. And then I got the newer version. It was a Honda 919.
Cool.
So not really sport bikes, but like they were like, the first bike was so old it wouldn't go very fast. It wouldn't go over 90. Mm-hmm. But the second one, I didn't even want it to go fast because I know myself and I didn't want to have the temptation. But it was 1,000 cc's basically. I mean, it was super fast.
What's the fastest you've ever been?
People ask that question, and the answer is I don't know. And I think most bikers wouldn't know unless they have camera gear, because like when you're going like over 100 on a bike, you're never gonna look down. You always got to look like far ahead to have an idea like what to do next.
Let me rephrase the question. Give me if you were to put a bet on an over or under, what would be that number? Is it 120?
Like 160.
Damn.
That's yeah.
I couldn't even go.
That was
40.
I could tell you
60 is crazy.
It was at and I don't even go there that often. I think a lot of people go there for like concerts and stuff. There's some strip on Jones Beach where it's just straight forever. And I was just like, I looked down the road and I was like, I can't even see the end of it. And it was barely any. I was just like, fuck it, just try it. I mean, like
this shit.
And I was like, what I'm gonna the thought in my head was, I'm gonna hold this throttle wide open for as long as my brain can take it, because like the bike doesn't care, like nothing cares. The only thing that cares is like it's terrifying.
Yeah,
like you hit a small pothole and like you're done. Like it's a wrap. So
what had you get rid of them?
How to get rid of what?
Your bikes? You still have them?
Oh, they tried to kill me. Are you kidding me? That's where all my yeah.
To an accident?
Oh, yeah. I almost died. Yeah. I was like,
that makes sense. You don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's like, I got a broken hip still. Like it will not be not broken ever. Degloved foot, broke both my left titanium rods in my femurs. I broke this. I punctured my lung.
Crazy. Going like super fast?
No. That's
anticlimactic.
That's a whole other story. That's no, I mean, like, it's the beginning of my relationship, right? Like, it was like, I was just, I was with man, that's so deep.
We got
we
time.
getting deep fast.
You got time.
Yeah, my bad for bringing it to that real quick.
As you just got married, let me tell you some stuff, young man, about life.
Teach me a little something.
Nah, man. So really, how do I even jump into it? Basically, like I was fighting with my current wife before she was my wife. So we were boyfriend and girlfriend, and we were fighting. And one of the first things I wanted to be very responsible on a motorcycle. Like I was never like the wheelie guy or like doing donuts or anything. The most I ever did was just go fast. But one of the things that they teach you, so I took school to get my license. I didn't just like get on the bike, whatever. And one of the things that they teach you is don't ever, they say you should not get on the bike if you're either very happy or very sad. Like you should never get on the bike very emotional because you will ride different than if you're clear headed. And I got on the bike not only angry, but I was drunk. And so like it was a wrap. Nice. It was a wrap. But anyways, the what's the word? The testimony from that is, I spent my whole life trying to challenge and destroy my relationships because my dad left when I was a kid, and I felt like my mom left because I was in foster care, a whole lot of stuff. But anyways, like that feeling of abandonment at such a young age, it made me always challenge the women in my life, the relationships in my life, to see if they would abandon me also.
Yeah.
But it was self-fulfilling because I would treat them like shit to see if they would abandon me. And eventually they'd be like, I
knew it.
Exactly. And I'd be like, see, I fucking knew it. But my current wife, we put each other through so much shit. And like, to the point where like we're together now, and my mom came to, this was mind blowing. My mom came to me a couple weeks ago and she was like, she just is breaking up with her boyfriend or not sure, whatever. She's like, how did you and Melissa stay together after all the stuff that you've been through? And I was like, it was such a cool moment to have my mom ask me advice about something. I was like,
hell yeah,
let me tell you.
That's fine. How long you guys been together, you and Melissa?
Married or together?
Both.
Probably like 20 years or so. Damn.
Wow.
Damn. Something like that. How old am I? 48? Like 17.
How long you been married?
We've been married 12 years. Yeah.
Nice, man.
It's fire.
Yeah.
Secrets.
See, it's interesting because like I think it's different for everybody because everybody's different, right? But I'll tell you what works for us is like a couple. What are the top things? I would say the top things are, first of all, which is why this doesn't work for everyone, is that we've already put each other through so much shit that it's like there's not going to be a secret. Could be, and the question is, how do you get to this point? Knowing what each person does when the shit hits the fan. I mean, like not like you lost your job level shit, because that's like not even strong enough. I mean, something like really hard, like
a death.
Yeah. Like someone like cheats on each other and then you got to figure that out. Losing a shitload of money. Like I lost $100,000 in real estate 2 years ago. And that was like, but those things for us was easy because we had already been through all the stuff in our relationship. Like, I think it's hard when I talk about it. It's pretty interesting because like it sounds weird, or crazy, but like we have been in like physical fights. I don't know if have you ever seen Melissa?
Maybe once, but
she's 4'11". Like clearly I wasn't like slugging her or anything, but like she's more feisty than I am. Like I'm more of a like, get off me. And she's like, oh.
I could see that.
But like even getting to that point, and again, obviously not suggesting that for people, but like if you get to that point where you understand like going through hard shit together,
yeah,
will illustrate, like it will bring to light what each person is made of and what they can handle and what they can't handle.
Yeah.
And if you're okay with that.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Because for me, obviously newly married, right? So I don't know too much about it, but me and Veronica being together for like 6 years now. the easy times are always good, right?
Don't miss your mic.
Oh, my mic's right here.
You know what's funny?
Ronnie
To
was-
compensate, I just raised his.
Am I good, Ronnie? You good?
Yeah.
You gotta
Just,
move it.
You see from the back, just pull it, push it forward.
Like that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Oh, wow.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
High
get
tech.
comfortable.
Yeah, I got to be comfortable. I'm sipping my little, what is this, whiskey we got here?
Yes, Lafroig.
Yeah.
Good stuff. But no, like the good times, you know, it's always nice when you have a partner that you can enjoy good times with, or like doing nothing with, or hanging out. But for me, it was always like when things got hard, how do we both respond for each other? You know, and like when you decide to choose each other every day, you know, it's not always, you know, good. So sometimes, you know, just knowing like my deepest insecurities about myself, or the things I'm hardest on myself about, or same for her, like us knowing how to help each other through it. That's when I was like, okay, cool. Like I can get through anything with you. And obviously, yeah, it does take big stuff to go through to test it. But yeah, I agree. It's 100% true. Cause like it's easy to be good with someone when things are going well.
Yeah.
But once you start having, Ronnie, you guys have a family, you know, like it's
Yeah.
things definitely change.
Ooh, change a lot too.
One of the
Nasty. Right?
One of the things that I picked up on that you said, that hopefully the reason you said it is because it stands out to you as well, is you do make a choice every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's nothing that stops you from walking out the door and never coming back and no one ever hears from you again. You know what I mean? Like people do choose to be with each other every day, and even how you show up for each other, because people cohabitate sometimes in relationships and they're married for 50 years, but they don't even know each other.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. To me, it's a lot about communication. You know,
Yes.
like if I'm communicating and we can be open with each other, like we can kind of get through anything. And I don't have a hot problem with that. You know, I don't shut up, but no, it's hard. You know, we challenge each other. And I think sometimes you don't see that. And that's where it's like, you think you're good because you're not arguing or fighting, but it's like, if you're not challenging each other to grow, then like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Then it turns whack. It turns into a boring relationship.
That's it. Ronnie's trying a new activity every week, I feel like.
Yeah, Mary just started tennis on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
I love it.
awesome.
Like, yeah, do that
Watch
shit.
the US Open. She got into it.
Well, I don't know what happened. I was like, fucking do it. Do it.
I'm low key glad you didn't say pickleball.
Huh? Why? You don't like pickleball?
No, I just feel like everybody's doing
Yeah.
pickleball. So that you said tennis. I'm like, God,
Yeah.
ugh,
Ronnie's
tennis.
probably into pickleball.
I wish, bro. Anything with my knees is always
It's
but
over.
I encourage everyone to just keep the same thing. Just keep experience. You the Book of Five Rings. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
No.
But he says something that I was like, it was so true. Jiu-jitsu's helping me with that. It's like doesn't matter what you do, what discipline. If you master that, the same way you master that, those qualities get transferred over to whatever else you want to do. So like the way you do something, like if you learn how to master it, it's the same shit with anything else.
Damn. Yeah,
Right?
it's true.
That's what I was gonna say when you had like said that you hadn't been through hard things. Maybe I don't know if that's what you said. I think you said the two of you hadn't been through hard things together yet
Oh,
necessarily.
let me clarify. No, we've been through mad hard shit.
Oh, okay.
But I was just saying, like, the easy times. No, the hard times. Veronica and me dating for 6 months. She moved in during COVID, and it was like, you know, super hard.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we both got super sick. It was really shitty. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I lost my job. She lost her job. So we went through all of COVID, like living in my mom's
Yeah.
house. And like my main goal was just to like find something every day to be productive with. So like we joined the gym. We were doing calisthenics like on my corner in the basketball courts like twice a day, going on like, I wouldn't know how long, but you know, an hour and a half walks through Staten Island just to get through. But literally, and like my family was so like welcoming, and I knew they would be. But yeah, for Veronica and me, like that was very like, you know, we started dating in 2019. Like that was like a pretty big step, and going through that, and then you know, the financial stuff, ups and downs, you know, where we fucking been through as freedom. You know, it's been a good ride. But I changed career paths. She completely supported it. So it's like same for her. She used to be in sales and a management, like, and did like, you know, was a manager at Enterprise and did a bunch of, had like 50 employees. And then she now is a director of a soccer program and runs like a dog business where we dog sit on the side. So just like the complete shift and just the support for each other. Like that's where I was like, you know, you get through anything. But yeah, to clarify, Veronica wouldn't let me get away with that one. If I said we haven't been through anything, she'd have a fair share.
I feel like COVID itself was one of those tests for a lot of couples. Like, regardless if you live together or not, just being a couple during COVID was like, I think, a challenge for a lot of people.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's no hiding.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
They're
no
still
outlet.
hiding.
That's it.
Do you really like this person?
Exactly.
Because you're gonna find out, buddy.
No friends to like mitigate
Yeah.
stuff. Like we're playing Monopoly with the family. Things are getting intense. We're like, all right, we want to be here.
Like, yo, this is me.
this
Like,
is it. This is what you get.
Nah, yeah, COVID was fucking crazy for everybody. I mean, Abby was born a month before everything closed.
Damn.
It was fun. I mean, it was a blessing, but it was also like, damn. But me and Amaris, luckily, we always
Where were you guys in the
we were house hacking. Yeah. So it was just me, her, and the baby for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yep.
Gangsta.
Did you have a backyard at least?
We never used it. Cause we were on the second floor,
Oh, so
and the tenants were on the first floor, and for us to get to the back, we would have to go through the front door and then walk to the
I
back.
can't believe you survived without a backyard.
seriously, yo.
You know what's funny? We did. You know, for the first time now is that we're like, okay, we want a house. Like this is the first time ever that we're like, oh, okay, now, okay. I was like, I want a house. I want a small house with a big backyard and a big basement.
Like your man cave.
Not a man cave, but like I realize how important extra space is. Like just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the kids, like
Yeah.
just an extra space. I don't know how to explain it. Like I want a deep freezer.
I want a deep freeze.
Little shit
You-
like that. I get it.
Yeah,
I
like,
get it.
It's like little random.
The
shit.
apartment, like I love my apartment. I love living
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Brooklyn.
yeah.
I'm like 10 minutes away from like, 100 different cuisines. I get to
Mhm.
go out and do stuff. Prospect Park's great. But no, sometimes I'm like, damn, I wish I had a backyard,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
just to go outside and be in the sun and like you have a house, right? Like you
Yeah.
love the house and backyard life.
We tend to go to like parks and playgrounds and whatnot, but during COVID, that backyard was like a savior. It was like
No.
a sanctuary.
Dude, I was literally, my skin was like a brown leather bag because I was just in my mom's backyard just baking all day, and she had the pool, so I would just like work
nice.
out in the pool. It was
The pool is the next level too, but I think it's better to have a friend with a pool that you have access to.
My buddy has a pool
you don't got to deal with it.
and a jacuzzi, and I'm like, I don't know how much your water bill is and electricity, but I get to enjoy it every summer.
That is great. And your buddy has kids. You guys all hang out.
Yeah. No, it works out, but it's time. Like me and Amaris, it was tough, bro. Like interest rates are going down. Finally, son. Finally, interest rates are going down. But
What was it? 3 years? They didn't really go down.
at least 3 years. And then the thing is, even when they went down, there wasn't enough inventory, so prices would just jack up. Finally, and it's still not there yet,
No.
but there's at least more inventory now. So let's see. So I told Amaris, I was like, yo, as much as I don't want to overpay, I'm like, let's just wait one more year. I'm like, we'll renew the lease one more time. And I'm like, I'll overpay by next year. It's fine. It is what it is. I don't want to. I'll do a live and flip regardless. Just do it like a super slow live and flip. But fuck it. I told her we'll do it. I don't
One
want
more
to.
year. Why not?
I don't care, to be honest. Like I said, I just want a deep freezer, bro. I want to buy half a cow, and
I love seeing those videos. People go.
I'm
ham.
that serious.
Oh, it's cool.
I want to buy half a cow. I want to.
Dude, have you ever had bison?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say you should get bison. Fuck the cow.
Yeah.
Get some
I
bison.
want,
Yeah.
I want a deep freezer with all that shit. Fuck, man. But
You're still on your healthy, only eat like rice and chicken, and
just Whole Foods. Still doing the same diet.
it's great.
Yeah.
Whole Foods is the way to go.
It's been working great. It's just recovery for me now. I'm just fucking old, bro.
What's the difference with recovery?
It's just you have to actively recover.
Meaning, what changes for you?
So I have to be like if I'm gonna go swim, like on Mondays I'll go swim. I have to stretch. I have to take electrolytes. I have to take energy gummies before and during and like after to recover.
How much swimming?
So now I'm doing like 2,000 yards.
How many laps is that?
I don't know.
25 yards.
So that's like a little over a mile.
Fuck at math.
A little over a mile.
A mile? Okay.
A little over a mile.
That's nice.
There's probably 100 laps on a 25 yard. Well, that would be 200. Yeah. So that's 2,500 yards if you did 20. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just that, like, just thinking about if I go to jiu-jitsu, I have to make sure I eat enough calories in the, like, before. I know I'm gonna be fucked up after. I'm taking like 16 pills a day
Mm.
just to be able to recover and work out and stuff. So
How much are you sleeping?
I sleep a lot.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm at 10:30, wake up at 5:30. So what's that, 7 hours?
okay.
And it's the same month, like 7 days a week.
Sleep is so important. Like I'm big on my sleep. Like I'm in bed by like 10.
Yeah.
I wake up at like when the sun comes up, I keep my curtains open.
Yeah.
And at like 6,
That's nice.
6:30, then I go get a coffee
Yeah.
and start my day. But yeah, it's super important to me, like getting a good night's sleep. Like I'm spoiled. If I go on 4 hours, I feel like absolute garbage, and my head isn't clear for work. And like I like to. You got to get a good night's sleep. I don't know if you always get one with the family and being busy with all the shit you do.
It's hard. Usually I wake up at like 7, like 6:50, 6:30 to 7. And I go to bed on average probably like 12. So yeah, I guess I get enough.
your 6
you know,
hours.
it depends.
Sometimes I like to stay up a little late too.
Yeah.
A little bit of my show.
Oh.
I try, bro. But I hate when there's like a fight or like a UFC fight, and then like I stay up, and then by the time it gets to the main event, I'm out, and I wake
fell
up and
asleep.
every time, man.
I ended up falling asleep for the Canelo.
I
watched the
tried,
Canelo,
bro.
Charles Crawford fight, and I literally fell asleep. It was like the fight was supposed to be. It said at 11:30.
Yeah.
11:30, the second to last fight starting. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'll watch it. Next thing you know, right when the bell starts for the last fight, I fall asleep. And luckily, it was on Netflix. so
You get to rewatch
started
it.
in the morning.
I feel like they do it like this really good job of making you feel like it's just about to start at any time. It doesn't matter. This is the first fight. Next up, we're gonna have it's like no.
They keep showing the two guys that
Yeah.
are not even close to being on the
Exactly.
card. It's
Why
ridiculous.
don't they start fights earlier? All jokes aside, am I being biased because
No, I
No,
actually don't know the
it's
answer.
late.
like just start it earlier.
Oh, I think it's because of the West Coast. They want let's say it's midnight,
Mm-hmm.
10-9. They want like 9 o'clock. It's for Saturday night. Like
No, I get it.
You know what? They might be also pegging it to Vegas. Maybe they have to for gambling.
Oh, that makes sense.
They might have to.
Yeah. They're on the West
Yeah.
Coast time.
it's ridiculous.
Fuck.
That is true though. It's
Be
not
tired.
And I love UFC and boxing. Like
Me
those sports are
too.
all night fights. Like
Yeah.
Yankee games, perfect. 7 o'clock.
That is
I'm watching it.
perfect.
And I'm done by 10.
Nick game 7:30. They end by like 10:30 ish. Like that's fine. As soon as it's done, I go to bed. Perfect.
Yo, I thought about you today. I forgot about that.
Knicks.
No, not
Oh,
the Knicks. I don't know anything about the Knicks. I was never a Knicks fan. I don't understand it. Yankees though, since I literally grew up down the block.
Yeah.
This guy that I just hired, he had a typical fitted on, and then we were talking whatever in the meeting, and then he looked to the side, and I was like, wait, what's that on your cap? He has an NYPD shield on the cap, embroidered into the cap. I was like, that shit is
pretty cool.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
And apparently, there's a store that, I don't know where it came from, if it was NYPD or 5950 or whatever, but they made a whole series where they have the EMT one, the FDNY one,
That's cool.
one for the sanitation workers. And apparently it's hard to get them. I was just like, yo, that shit is fucking cool.
I actually just went to a Yankee game where they did a giveaway, and me and Veronica, we love Hamilton, the Broadway show.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a Hamilton night, and I didn't realize how many fans of Hamilton wanted to get this hat.
Man.
So it's only, oh yeah, he's the man. That guy's a genius. But
Yeah.
that was my cousin's high school teacher.
For real?
Yeah, she went to Stuyvesant, one of those.
Yeah. What was he doing teaching?
Guess he loved teaching about drama and
Yeah.
the history of everything. Forgot where I was going
The
with this.
hat.
The hat. So yeah, I ended up going to the Yankee game, Yankee Stadium early, because they only gave out the first 10,000 seats. Got a hat, and I work from home, so I wanted to prove a point because I never get stuff at the giveaway because there's fans from
Fiending.
3 o'clock
Yeah.
meeting, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go super early to this game, and I'm gonna get a fucking hat. So I packed myself a Caesar grilled chicken Caesar wrap. I packed myself everything. I got my phone charged. I'm like, I could work anywhere. I stand in line. I love it. Knowing me, I'm not even work was slow. I ended up talking to the people on the line half the time, but that was fine. But I ended up going at 3 o'clock for a 7 p.m. game, and I ended up was like, oh, there's not going to be a soul here. There was already a good 100 people in front of me, and I was like,
Fucking
what time did
crazy.
you guys get here? They're like, oh, 1 o'clock. They were for the Aaron Judge bobblehead last year. It was a
The
Saturday.
bobbleheads are.
We got there at
Saturday.
9 a.m. I was
Yeah.
like 9 a.m. for a 1 p.m. game. They were
You're
like, no,
yeah.
9 a.m.
wild.
I was like, dude, not that serious.
Yeah.
It's 10 hours.
I wanted to get the Seinfeld bobblehead. It's George Costanza laying under the desk. I love Seinfeld. I get there at like 5. Couldn't get in.
Nah.
So then I went for this. I got the Hamilton hat, and then I stole the second one, got it for Veronica because she couldn't come early. She was working. And yeah, it was great. I'm actually going Friday to get the jersey, so I'm going early for tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.
Is that that's just like they only got like 5 games left, right?
Yeah, I don't got 5 games left. So I'm actually going tomorrow and Saturday because I made plans with 2 separate
Yeah.
people, of course.
Motherfuckers are in the playoffs. The poor Mets are fighting for their lives.
Oh, the Mets suck. Fuck the Mets. They talk
Damn.
mad shit about the Yankees losing Soto. I don't feel bad for any Met fans. They never bothered me, but now you want to talk shit, and then now you're not even gonna make the playoffs.
No, there's still a chance.
No, they'll choke.
We'll see. They got
It's on camera. They'll choke. But
see, son.
no, people are crazy.
The last Yankee game that I went to was actually with my friend. He's a big. Actually, no. You know what? No, that's incorrect. He's a Mets fan. We went to Citi Field, but they were.
Citi Field's nice.
Citi Field is very nice.
Yeah.
I really like Citi Field.
Yeah.
And I think they have better food than Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
But see, the veterans don't even eat in the stadium. You eat before. There's a diner right around the block from Yankee Stadium. The best pastrami sandwiches you're gonna have. You go eat there. You could even bring it in, and now you go get one drink there. You spend $20, and you're feeling good. At least me.
That is fair. That is fair.
Yeah.
But
you're right. Citi Field's food is top level.
But they had the bobbleheads. I forgot whose bobblehead it was. Anyway, it was my friend's birthday. So he goes, like, he plans a trip every year for his birthday, does a Mets game with the guys. And so, you don't get them unless you show up. You don't get there unless you show up like mad early. Mm-hmm. So we weren't doing that. But we got there and we had like he's got dough to spend on his birthday, so we had nice seats, right? I don't know what you call this area, but it's kind of like a little balcony kind of, and then it's like a couple rows of seats and that's it. It's not like normal seating. Anyways, we were there and at some point we're walking around, whatever, getting drinks, whatever, talking, and we come back and it's getting near the end of the game and we look in the first row, every seat has a bobblehead on it. And there's no one there. And there's no like jackets or anything. I'm like, well, I guess we could just, I'm just going to grab one of these. So I like very playfully, but clearly still thieving, like took one and like tossed it up to my friend. I was like, happy birthday. And also like we were all drunk too. And these guys came out of nowhere like, what the fuck are you doing? You can't just take shit up. We're like, hold on, homie. It's a bobblehead. Relax. Yeah, like we were legit about to fight.
Yeah, you're in New York. And don't leave anything anywhere.
And it was one of those times where my like instincts of growing up in the Bronx kicked in, and I'm like in this dude's face, like about to fight, and all my friends are like, they're from Livingston and they're not really fighters, and they're like, dude, you gotta calm down, and I'm like, no, what the fuck is your problem? It's just a joke, just fucking give it back to us, it's not a big deal. And then security came over and whatever, like broke it all up, and we almost got kicked out, but it was fine. But bobbleheads, yeah,
bobbleheads, man, stay away from bobbleheads. But that's funny. So getting back to Ronnie's point, so you're thinking interest rates dropping, buy something.
That's what I'm thinking. Interest rates are dropping. There's more inventory. And then, you know what's cool that I noticed? I'm just using Rahway as a sample because I know it so well. Interest rates went down, but no one jacked their price up. So that was interesting. Like I said, small sample size. But still, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like no one raised their prices even though the interest rates are going down. I wonder if it's like they feel it too. Like we're not getting as much showings already. Like we can't play that game.
Thank you.
Right?
They've been fucking holding the price up forever. It's like, bro, I cannot, like the thirst that I have for a deal right now.
We all are, bro.
It's like I can't fucking pencil any of this with your fucking price and plus this interest rate. It's just not going to work.
No, it's not going to make sense.
Yeah, what I've been seeing is like, especially the people like we've been buying countrywide now for the last like year.
Oh, you've got a pulse. Yeah, go ahead.
So we look at like the as is value as a novation. So like, what is the house worth right now in this condition? And then obviously what's the flip number? So we could sell it to flippers or, what we take it out at. But what I've been seeing the last like 6 months or year, a lot of people know what their house is worth. And our as is value, what I think it's worth, that's what they're looking for. So if I think the house is worth
Well, that's good,
350,000, well, it's good for listings, but it's bad for investors because every single time their as is value, let's say, is 350, right? That's what it's worth now. If you fix it up, I'm just making this up, say it's worth 400, right?
Mhm.
So now if you do 70% of 400,
Okay.
you're going to be way less
There's
than
not
300.
enough meat on the bone.
So every single deal, like you try to buy cash, it's not a cash market right now because a lot of the properties, sellers, I tell them, listen, you're spot on to what the value is,
Yeah.
but no investor can buy your house near what you're looking for.
Right. Yeah.
So what we've been kind of coming in specialty wise with the last like 3 months is novations, where now it's like, hey, I could list this for you, pay all your closing costs, all your fees, responsible for all repairs. I get you this number, which is close to market, not market. I list it for more. You let me get a fee from the buyer and give me 90 days to do it. But a lot of people have been good with that because they're getting closer to market, but they understand in today's market, you're going to probably take a couple price cuts, but it still lands you so much more than cash. Lately, we've been seeing a few more cash deals come in where there's a few more people like desperate through foreclosure or,
That's
you know,
what I'm saying.
like people I've had to convince them because I like novations better because we have a higher closing rate with it. I'm like pushing, like, oh, give me 90 days. Like, I'll find a buyer, get you more money. They're like, Jagger, like, I want a month closing. And to me, once I sign them, I'm disappointed because I'm like, damn, like, these are harder to move now. Like, cash deals are just harder. And we're learning still, like, you know, in countrywide, like, the best way to move cash deals. But Ronnie could touch on that more. But
No, it's just no joke. Trying to wholesale countrywide, you have no buyers list. You have nothing, no base to go off of.
So how do you market the deals?
You I guess the answer right now is I don't know because I haven't.
But you're selling them, right? Like,
No, not right now.
okay.
we're mainly
Um,
selling flips and novations on the market. Like,
But-
Ronnie's been getting
No, yeah, I cracked the nut. I cracked it. The novations for the most part, but for countrywide wholesaling, like not like we're in Tennessee, but we're in Tennessee and we're only in Tennessee. That's easy, right? Because it compounds on itself, right? You find the buyer, it didn't work for that property. The next property comes. Now you look for other buyers, but you still have that buyer, and then it starts compounding. We're
Right.
not talking about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm talking about like Jagger will be like, "Yo, Ronnie, here's a property in Texas." Tomorrow now comes, Ronnie, here's a property in Louisiana.
Right. Yeah.
There's no synergy.
Right.
It's like, so how do you like jumpstart? I'm kind of figuring it out. It's like I always tell Jagger, it'll take me a year. I always tell the guys when something new, I'm like, it's gonna take me a year to figure this out. But so far there's two websites, like two cheat codes. Is like one is there's a website called Investor Base, which pulls a list of. It gives you it does everything for you. Like these are in the last 2 years, these are the buyers that bought this property as a flip. These are the people that bought it as a rental. Their information, you can call them. So that's number one. That's the first thing I do. I'll just start hammering the phones, get in contact with them. Our CRM does the same thing. Do that. Then just post that shit on Facebook, like just you know, try to get lucky.
Seems like that
It works.
might be the way to go, especially if you can automate it. Just like literally get something where it's joining local Facebook groups and
AI
just posting like there are, I mean, like, I don't know if you know about ChatGPT operator.
Oh yeah.
Like you can probably train that to just find a local Facebook marketplace and just post it.
Yeah.
And maybe it won't be, you know, hitting like every time, but if you could set that to operate while you're doing other things, then it doesn't matter.
exactly.
We've started using AI in our CRM. It's fucking cool. We have a conversational AI. So like now when someone
Via chat or phone?
both.
These
we have
motherfuckers,
a straight up, like, it calls the lead and it scrubs like the data from our system to know like what we're looking for from the lead, and like eventually it's not perfect, obviously it's a bot, but like people are answering, people are responding to questions,
dude.
and it's like working while we're sleeping. That's the thing you're trying to, like, you know, strive for.
We are playing a dangerous game in general, but for now there's gonna be like a what do you call that? What's the three bears? What's the girl's name?
Goldilocks.
There's a Goldilocks zone where it's going to be so crazy that we're going to do very well with it, but it's not too crazy where it's going to become our God. And I'm hoping that we fall in that little like sweet spot.
Oh, where's the danger?
When that shit becomes God eventually, this is my tip.
You mean in life?
In life.
Or, oh, okay.
In life.
Oh, okay.
Like AI take it over.
I'm like,
But for now, it's awesome. Like it's only getting better. The conversational AI is fucking sick.
Dude, that's what I was about to say. The shit is fucking scary.
Yeah.
I called my pest control company because I needed to add another property. And I'm talking to this lady, and I'm like, wait a minute, are you fucking human?
They're supposed to disclose if it's AI.
No, so here's the thing. Like, I don't know if you've thought about this, but like, it would be a weird question to ask someone if they're human.
Very weird.
So I was like, I don't want to ask this person if they're human because that's fucking odd. But
Not
I do want to.
anymore. Now it's normal. You got to ask.
I guess so, but
Yo,
like,
that's
so
funny, son.
my hack for that was like, I was like, so where in the world are you calling me from? And then she was like, I am an AI agent, blah 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 blah.
Oh, that's a good question.
But like, yeah, I was trying to think, how can I ask without being like weird? And I usually ask people where they're calling from because I'm just curious.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have known. Like if I wasn't in my field, I probably would not know at all. Like she was quick with answers. Just some of the answers were a little bit like that was a little bit like not wrong, but like the delivery or something was just a little bit different than what I might expect. And so I was like, oh, it's kind of interesting.
for now.
For now,
Right, exactly.
Relative to what it
Exactly.
can do, it's crazy, and it's like now it's like the internet, right? Like I was too young in '99, right? But like when everything started changing, like with the internet, like you want to get on, just like social media, you want to get on those bandwagons now, so that like when things change and like people in our industry are using it,
Yeah,
and now,
you're
like,
already OG.
yeah,
Yeah, if you're not using it right now, like I mean, it's it's something funny. So we have VAs, right? So I was telling Jagger, like I'm like, yo, Jagger, I'm pretty sure one of our head VAs is like kind of shitting on it because it's kind of like,
Yeah.
you ever watch South Park at all?
South Park? Sometimes.
Like there's that episode where like they're trying to take our jobs when they talk. Okay.
No,
Point is, it's like it's just it's like a mockery of like the whole like Mexicans taking people's job, whatever. But it's like I almost feel like she had that energy, like this motherfucker wants me to work with something that's like that's like gonna take my job eventually.
Yeah.
I had to tell her. You know how I sold it to her? I was like, look, you got to see this like it's your assistant. It's not as good as you, right? And she was like, no. And I'm like, exactly. It's never going to be as good as you. You use it as your assistant. And I'm like, if I told you, do you want the warm leads or do you want the lead packs? Where are you going to make the most money? She was like, lead packs. I'm like, so what should we be doing with warm leads? She's like, giving it to my assistant. I was like, exactly. So that's how I sold it to her. She was all in then. She was
What's
like,
a lead
okay.
pack?
A lead pack is basically where we have this bundle of leads that we purchase, 50 leads, and it's all kind of already documented that it's a seller that has a property that they want to sell from some marketing that we go through, like SEO. And basically, we buy these packs, and they're all over the country.
They're cheap.
They're cheap. And
But the catch is you don't know where these leads are from.
anywhere in the country.
Meaning where the property is?
Yeah,
or-
like you don't know
Okay.
you don't know the property address.
And it's like a really good response rate. You know, we've been converting like one contract per pack for the last like 6
And a
months.
pack is like $1,000 for
50 leads.
50 new leads and 50 old leads. So 50 new ones, that's like they're like someone just recently in the last week said that they were interested in selling a property. So you get 50 of those, and then 50 old ones that like of people that like maybe they try to follow up and they never got to them. But
We convert those too.
So think about it. Like if you're paying $1,000, if we can figure out this business model, which we got a big part that we finally cracked was the novation aspect. Like on a novation, we're averaging about 15, 16K per. So think about it. Just the ROI on that. You pay $1,000, you make 15, 16, and that's because we still haven't done a clean novation, because the numbers that we're running it on initially is 25,000 that we should be making. That's almost like a flip, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So you're talking about 1,000 in, 25K out. I mean, if you can crack that fucking business model.
Well, why is that higher value than a warm lead? What?
Well, the definition of a warm lead
for
in our
us.
system is different than
Right. That's what I'm checking. Like, what's yours?
warm lead means cold lead. So
Oh,
a lead
okay.
that it's someone that isn't ready to, that isn't interested in our offer, or isn't like, you know, ready to sell, or pretty much anything of them just not
Gotcha.
being ready for
Yeah.
selling the property right now.
Yeah.
We have to use that tag in our system, so we call it's funny, we've changed our mindset on it, but yeah. But the cool thing about it is it just gives me, gives the team people to call and like have fresh people they're talking to, and for me it's just how can we put as many people ready for an appointment as possible, right? So the goal is to get me like 15 to 20 appointments a day, and then that'll lead to a contract a day. So we're not there yet, but
Working
we're
towards.
it's what we're working towards.
I guess, yeah. I was just thinking about like different pipelines to sell to with the leads once you lock them up, but my thought didn't make sense. I was just trying to imagine. So in trying to bag a property down in Knoxville, I made a good connection with, well, it may not be good anymore, but I made a connection with this realtor down there. His name's Corey King. He fucking knows Knoxville like the back of his hand. He drove me around the whole city. He knows what the city's doing. He knows what investors are doing. Like, he knows fucking Knoxville. And I was thinking, like, would there be a way to, instead of trying to find buyers, which is not as easily repeatable as funneling to a business, would that be a good pipeline? But it wouldn't work because both of you are going to want to make a good amount of money, and I don't see a realtor doing, I don't know what they would get out of that.
Yeah, the thing is, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to remove the realtor.
Right, exactly.
So
right.
most of them, the only people that, luckily so far, the buyer's agent haven't had a problem with me, and that's only because they quickly realize, like, oh, this guy knows exactly, like, he knows the fuck he's doing.
Right, you're not gonna fuck around and waste their time.
Yeah, they know once you start talking, and I always encourage them to, like, look us up, like, definitely look us up, and most of the time when they do, they're like, oh, okay, like, you're legit. But
I guess the question would be then, why wouldn't realtors? Well, I guess that answers itself too. It's like, realtors wouldn't buy those lead packs because it's all over the country. It's not in their areas,
Exactly.
So it's not going to work for them.
This only works if you do it at scale. That's the other thing. It doesn't work if you're a one-man crew, because you're spending so much. Because like the conversions and all that only makes sense if you're following up with, like.
Yeah, the contracts don't always come off of like the first phone call from the batch, right? It's like we follow up with these people every day for the first 30 days in calls, texts, like multiple times a week.
Even after you get a hit?
So no, once they hit, like, let's say the lead converts and they're ready for an appointment, it goes to me. And then now I handle it. I lock it up, or I can't lock it up, I push it back to the team to follow up. But I would say 50% of our deals don't come from initial inception, meaning once the lead's created. So now if you're doing 50, you're doing a pack a week, that's 200 leads a month. You got to have like a team to reach out to.
We don't do real estate anymore. That's the thing too. Like you don't do real estate. Like, right. Like we're very unattached. Like, we're very detached from properties now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
all we see is names and addresses. But like, I forget sometimes, like, oh, there's a house that, like, I'm transacting. There's a house involved. Sometimes
it seems like it's just people. It's
just talking to people, and then like you build these relationships, and then like you just stop talking to them, and then you're like, oh, I thought we were cool, but it was like.
And the cool thing is we don't do this for like, obviously we're all trying to like build wealth and freedom and like be successful in our all, what we're all looking for. But the cool thing is, like, when you don't do it for the result, like, I get like a high from like locking up a contract and like, bringing something to the table for the team. Like, I love it. But like, Ronny doesn't really, care about like the final sale number. It's like, once you find your buyer and you did your job, you're like, I did my part, like, that's it.
Well, yeah, because what it is, by the time I get to the finish lines, I dealt with so much shenanigans that it's more relief than excitement.
From that person, or just in general?
Just in general. Like, I get why you get excited, because you're like, oh, okay, we got an opportunity.
Exactly.
But then when it comes to me, I'm like, I have to take that burden of this opportunity, and I got to convert on it.
Yeah, you have because my burden is, oh shit, we have 100 leads. We just spent X amount of money. Like, you better convert some fucking contracts.
Yeah, exactly.
So now, like, I have the burden until I do, and I'm like, did my part. Yo, Ronnie, like,
Converting means that you locked it up. You got a signature.
Yeah.
but
So
like,
after the signature is
It goes
after it's
past to
signed,
me.
then what do you have to do?
My nickname is a chameleon.
he has to sell the deal.
I
Ronnie
have
has
to-
to,
Oh, okay. You
I have to
gotta
play
find a buyer.
I have to play attorney and real estate agent
and off market wholesale.
and dispo for off market. So pretty versatile. I like it. I act like I don't like it, but I like it. I like the
You
I
found
like
your lane. It took you a
Yeah.
while. For
I like
a little bit. Ronnie was in between
well,
roles. and we
you know
were
what it is? I want to do so good for my guys. And I keep failing. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, and and the thing is, like, I know this is the failing. I've never failed this much for like working with these guys. This is the first time, like a couple months ago, when I was like, I'm failing hard. Like, and I'm like, I don't see any light. Like, and I'm like, these guys keep telling me it's all good. Like, but I'm like, it's not all good. I know exactly how much money is being fucking going down the drain, and it's because of me. You know?
It was hard. No, it was hard. Ronnie had to like have a realization. Like, bro, I you just don't know what you don't know, and it's like, damn, the only way is like through. You know, like you just gotta go through it, and it was brutal. That was probably your hardest year. Because you like you said, you
Worst.
usually like,
Yeah, I picked things
Like-
up pretty fast. Normally, this was hard. It was hard, bro. And this is the hardest I've ever worked. So on top of all that, it's like you're working really hard and you're not seeing results.
Yep.
So yeah, that's not how it works for me. Normally, like I fucking get in the trenches and then I see success pretty quick. And then I'm like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I look for something else to get in and fuck up, But
Was it an emotional experience or a logical experience?
bro, honestly, I think it's a little bit of both. Like it was logical until I would lose my mind because you know what I'm saying? Like you can only
no, you were fed up at times.
yeah,
too.
I would be like, what the fuck? I can't do this shit. And then Michael, he knows how to like puppet master me. Ryan's more straightforward with me. Michael's more of like, I can't be direct with him. I have to get him to realize stuff without, right? Like that's kind of Michael's game, right? Like
Michael's like 10 steps ahead, I feel like.
yeah. So he has a vision for each of
yeah.
us.
He likes to ask questions that he knows he's leading you down a path.
Yeah.
It's like, so you said you want to blah, 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 right? So tell me more about it. I'm just like, I was about to say, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, he's really good at that.
He's so good. He gets me mad because like when me and Jagger will talk, I'm like, yeah, we got it. They'll be like, yo, let's go talk to the guys. And Michael's like, no. We're like, fuck.
Well, because me and Ronnie, right, are like the managers of the business, right? So we're like making sure the day to day, we're like, yo, we're trying to survive today. Like we're making money right now. Mike's like, yo, guys, listen, I think we're gonna go 10 deals a fucking week and we're gonna like blow it up to this. And he's like looking down the road and
Like, Mike, we're trying to get one.
we're like, yo, Mike, like we need your opinion on like
This one.
the fire we're about to put out right now. And he's like, oh, okay. Like we got to talk like now, like he's very like, yeah, big picture. But no, Ronnie now I remember Ronnie one time was like, once Ronnie like realized like, yo, the shit I'm doing isn't working. Like I keep trying the same thing and like I'm failing. You had like a whole new mindset. Like you were like, yo, I'm going to pretend now I know nothing.
Yeah.
Switch up my whole like approach. And what it really was is that, at least from my perspective, like you just literally started taking each deal very differently. You weren't like, yo, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm gonna be like, yo, I get my pictures. I evaluate the deal if I'm buying it now. Not like, oh, what's the most money I could make on this? What would I buy this as a really good deal? And I have a very sharp, Ronnie has a very sharp eye for like good deals. When would you pull the trigger? And that's when I feel like you started and then like finding ways to like put yourself in the actual buyer's shoe.
Yeah.
And it started
That
like,
definitely. I mean, and then one thing that I do have that I'm really good at, I can underwrite. I know how to underwrite the shit out of property. So I started, like you said, relying more on that. Like, not what's the most you can make. It's like underwrite this fucking property for what it is. And it like it's too bad. Like, and we, and it would turn into that. Like, yo, Jagger, I'm gonna list this at 367, not 380. Like, it could be 380, but it's gonna sell at 367. This is where we're gonna start. Like, and that's it. That's what the
So you
underwriting.
think you're pushing the envelope on your underwriting?
No, I don't think I'm being aggressive on there. I think I'm.
I mean, before you had the change.
I wasn't.
we thought we were being aggressive and we weren't.
Yeah,
That was
that's
the
one
problem.
thing. We thought we were being conservative and we weren't. One thing that we would say is like, what number would Ryan buy it at? Because Ryan's very conservative. But what we learned is
But
like,
he's not.
He's not.
That's hilarious.
Like we're just like everybody. Everybody runs it at 60
at the same shit.
Like it's we're not running these deals like we for freedom when we pick up an Airbnb, like they're negotiating, like Ryan's really like trying to get it low, like me and him have gone back and forth, or I'm like, yo, this shit's a fucking deal, and he's like, we're walking, and I'm like, fuck, like, this shit's a deal, and then like we walk, guy comes down another 10K, and Ryan's like, I do it, but it's been we just picked up a Piscataway deal. We got it for 400.
Oh, that was
a tough one.
Fucking mess.
I wanted like 550. I worked him to like 479.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. But the deal was a good deal. We got it for 479. We're doing it now, so we'll see. But 479 put in like I think like 50, 60K, and it should be worth like in the low sevens. So like it's just like it has like a potential for a good spread, but obviously everything goes wrong once we do it. But
that guy was that guy was the worst, bro. Because you know what it is, the
Amaris had Amaris. She handles all that.
Was dealing with all that shit, and but it was just funny. I'm like, oh, he's pussy. Like at this point we've spoken to every personality you can think of at this point. Like you did, so which ones are about it. And which ones are like, okay, like even like the day of closing, I'm like, he's not going to show up. Like, this is exactly what's going to happen. I'm like, he wants to be a tough guy, but I know he wants to get paid because he doesn't have morals. If he had morals, then he'll stand on like business and shit. He'll be like, I'm not fucking going. And that's it. And he won't show up. This guy's pussy. This guy's going to show up late. Right, to be like, I ain't show up on time, but you still showed up, right? And I'm like,
the deal is done.
He told me he was going out of the country like 2 months ago, and we just closed on it, and he never I just knew. I was like, yo, listen, I'm doing you a favor. You were under contract with an agent. You didn't tell me. He's asking me to pay the commission. I was like, no, let me be clear. Like, we're buying it at this price, not $1 more. If you're not okay with that, we're walking. He thought I was bluffing. I told Amaris, listen, just ignore him for a week or two. What happens? I'll pay the commission. Can we close tomorrow? No, I need 3 more weeks. Yeah. I'm not waiting. Okay. Waited 3 more weeks, closed on it, got it. Because right now we're seeing too, like the deeper you get into a process, the harder it makes sense. The harder it is for someone to want to leave. Yeah. But like we're now being more efficient and like better with the process where it's not our fault. So people are more willing to take the ride and more people are willing to take price cuts because.
What was the biggest spread between what he thought he was going to get from you versus what he actually got? Like what was
he wanted 550, right? You said?
So he actually was under contract for listing at 579.
There you go.
And the realtor messed up. I tried to list it too high. And then he was like, Jag, get me 540. And I was like, listen, any offer I'm going to get you is under 500. And I could close on it in 2 weeks. You want this quick closing, or I can list it at 549 and we'll try to get you like 510, with us paying the fees, and doing something like that. And he was like, no, I don't want to deal with that. Little did I know he already signed with a different realtor, with the realtor then. I thought it was off market. And then he was like, me and him, I just like stuck to my guns and I was like, listen, like I'm really comfortable at like 460. I could push it to like 470 with us paying all the fees. And he told me, no. I said, okay. Checked in on him like 3-4 days later. And he was like, you still got that offer? And I was like, what offer? Played dumb. And then it came back to life.
It's so interesting because it's like it's not that far off from what I just walked away from.
Yeah.
But like talking about systematizing all this shit, like I don't have good follow-up. Now I'm checking right now if this deal is still on the market.
Yeah, bro.
See if I should go back and be like,
follow-up's the name of the game, man.
It was like very similar numbers. Like I locked up the deal at 515. There's a 5-unit down in Knoxville.
Nice.
But well, it would have been nice if they were all in the condition of the 1 unit that was advertised. And I walk in there and I'm just like, fuck. It was like the subfloor was
you flew down there?
I made 2 mistakes. One mistake was, I'm still learning commercial.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. You guys don't do a lot of commercial, right?
No, we don't do any commercial. We decided like we just don't do it.
It's such a weird game. Like it's a different game. It's like people don't want to let you in to see the property without having a PSA, but
What's that?
a contract. It's basically like you're under contract at that point.
Oh, so like for due diligence, you can go in.
Yeah, but then at that point, I already gave you a number. So then when I go in there and I see it's a piece of shit, you got to expect the number to change. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. I feel like there's something I have to figure out as far as like getting access to these properties before getting under contract, because otherwise my number is just like as good as what you gave me. So if you give me pictures that look fucking rosy and then I walk in and every other unit is a piece of shit, then yeah, my number's going to change. So I walk in and like the worst unit had literally, so they had these window ACs that were installed into the wall.
Yeah.
And they were all draining into the fucking wall. And so like the worst unit, the subfloor was just like you could scoop it up with a spoon. I'm like, bro, I have to replace this whole subfloor. I got to rip all this shit out. And then I come back and I'm like, look, this whole deal, this is not going to work at 515 anymore. It's got to be 465. And to which I knew he was going to say no, because like such a huge swing. And like he said, I'll drop it like 10K. And I'm just like, it's not fucking going to work.
No, it's just not a deal. But what about in the future? I don't know if this works for you. Like, we could give you a service that we use that you can hire a photographer to take regular photos. Doesn't always work perfectly, but regular photos, not professional, for what, like $200, $100? And now you didn't fly there. You are controlling the photographer, right? It's your person, you're paying. And they take pictures, be like, get every, part of the property inside and out. And for you, now when you're looking at that, you'll have a better description. And now you can also, they will give you like a note of like the smell. They'll give you a note of like everything going on. And you can even ask them, hey, was the seller looking like they were hiding things, like, from you? Like, you might not be able to give me that answer, but just so you know. And then now you rerun the deal with those numbers and be like, hey, before I even continue, here's my new number. Take it or leave it.
So my understanding is the property manager that you're going to hire should be doing that type of work. The challenge that I've run into is that the owners don't want to let people in because I don't know how fair this is, right? If they're a shitty landlord, then it doesn't really matter. They could be using it as an excuse, but yeah, this shit is not moved at all.
It's not going to move. I would put in the offer again.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put it in again,
Yeah. But
this is where I'm at.
But, so they don't want to let people in because they're disturbing the tenants, which I get it. You get tire kickers, you get 1 million people, you got to keep letting people run through all the units. It's crazy, right? So I'm trying to figure out like how to get a real number without like either I'm getting someone in there or I'm giving you a number that if everything is represented the way that, if everything is the way you represented it, then the number is going to be real. But if I walk in into shithole, then it's not going to be
anybody you tell like, this is me. Anybody you tell like, hey, I'm going to get my guy. I'm coming from New Jersey. I'm going to send my guy out there to take photos and videos because the last thing I want to do is waste my time. And if that guy says no, then I know there's something wrong.
Yeah, and at that point, you could sign a letter of intent. Like I've done a couple commercial.
I mean, I sell that. The LOI is what starts a conversation.
Yeah. Sign that, and that doesn't matter, right? Like that's easy to get out of. So then it's just like, hey, I'm signing this. Just so you know, if it's not exactly what you told me, that's fine. But I'm going to get photos done.
I could put it in.
Photos. And if you can't let me in with my guy getting photos before I fly down here, there's no deal here to be had.
Yeah,
and that's okay, right? Now you get those photos, you review them. Hey, listen, what's going on with this? Tell me about that. Did you know this was broken? Did you know this? Did you know? Okay. Well, listen, before I even make you a new offer, I just need you to know we were at 515 and now my offer is going to be less than 5.
Right.
Would you even consider that?
Exactly.
No? Let's move on. I don't need to waste my time. There's another 500 commercial properties I'm going to make.
That guy doesn't want to sell. That guy wants to hustle. Like, if you know what I'm saying? That's what he's trying to do. It's okay.
It's just annoying because like, and then the realtor that I dealt with also, like same guy, Corey, like I feel, so it was his list. It was a little bit messy. Like it was his listing off market at first. Sorry. It was off market at first via him. And then I guess the guy felt like he was taking too long to move it. So then he listed it with another agent without telling him. Then he found out.
Scumbag.
And then he was like, and he had me as a buyer the whole time, a potential buyer. And then after that, he was like, I didn't even know he was going to list it. I was like, yeah, it's on the market now. And so that probably, that
Yeah,
fucked with the price
Those
too.
are just red flags.
So-
The guy's that due diligence is going to be a fucking nightmare for that property. That guy's hiding a ton
So,
of shit.
Prince, I heard you say before, like you added a new thing, insurance or something for your property. Like you got a new property recently.
No, this was the one I was trying to work on. I don't remember what I was talking about before.
Oh, it was like
Pest control. You said
yeah.
you had that.
pest control. Oh, that's a just
So
You had
that's
a-
a nightmare tenant story. If you want to hear that,
yeah, we could get it.
Oh, I love nightmare tennis stories.
That's Ronnie's.
Not anymore.
Used to be.
not anymore.
I'm broken. I don't want tenants anymore. I don't.
It's so sad. It's sad. The same lady that sued me for discrimination. Actually, no. This is no.
Fucking lady, son.
How is that lady still irrelevant?
What is wrong with this lady?
Prince comes out of the woodwork with the craziest stories.
That's the handicap lady, right?
Yeah.
Yo, that lady is wild.
No, okay. So I was gonna say this is her unit. So this is the people who moved in after her. Ironically, though, she is actually doing the same thing to another landlord right now.
Wait. She moved out?
Yeah, she moved out
How? When did she move out?
soon after she started the lawsuit. She moved out like a month later or 2 months later, some shit like that.
Son.
Yeah, this is just what she does.
Yeah. She's a professional.
So she's doing it to someone now, and their attorney reached out to us because they saw her history of what the cases that she had or whatever.
God.
And they were like, "Can you tell us what happened? Can you help? Be on the whatever?" They subpoenaed us or some shit to like help them out, whatever. I'm like, fuck yeah, fuck that bitch.
Yeah. Like a character witness almost.
I don't know, just to tell our story of
Yeah,
how she
yeah.
tried to fuck us over and
Yeah,
how she
yeah.
lost or whatever. But the sad part is like, yeah, the next tenants now, and I swear this is so sad too because it's like I really do try to provide like such a good quality like product for people to live in, regardless of whatever their market, Section 8. I don't care. Like
Yeah.
I just have a certain standard, like I don't want to really go below that. So I remade this house before the disabled veteran moved in, and it was beautiful. We made it was a 2-bed. We made it into a 3-bed, brand new LVP, brand new appliances.
Yeah, white cabinets.
Everything.
The whole
Beautiful.
nine.
The works. Yeah,
I think we even may have put even quartz in there. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was beautiful. And so now the people who moved in, I don't know if they're married. They have 2 different last names, a lady and a man with a disabled kid. And that's kind of all I knew because the property manager placed them. And it's I don't even know the full story. It's so crazy. Basically, what happened was the city, Bloomfield, went into the unit to do a lead inspection. Now, honestly, I don't even know if that's really why they went in there or if someone called and complained.
I've never heard of a town
Right.
randomly choose
Exactly.
that house, right? To go. So that's bullshit, but go ahead.
I feel like someone called
Yeah.
to say what was going on there, and they needed to figure out a way to get in to see what was going on.
Yeah.
So they do this lead inspection, and the pictures are just literally just sad. Like the fucking floors, like you could tell, like somehow there's water damage all over the whole fucking house. Like either they were just mopping with tons of water. I don't know. This is what I have to pull up all the flooring. I know I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
There's just like shit everywhere. Like there's
actual shit.
Okay. So first there's like clothes and food and cat food and all this stuff everywhere and like piles. And then there's actual shit from these cats.
God.
So they had 7 cats. They have shit everywhere. They're not supposed to have anything in the common spaces. The entire basement, literally, I went by 2 weeks ago just to look in the basement. I can't even get in there. It's full. It is full of shit, like full. I don't even know where the backyard has a trampoline. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here?
Oh my gosh.
And so animal control came, removed some of the cats or all of the cats or some shit. All of the boys have come to the yard from Bloomfield. Animal control's involved. Now have to do lead abatement. Their CPS is probably involved, and like some other the health department, because there are roaches everywhere. I literally walked up to the back door.
It's a multi.
Yeah, it's 3
The
family.
poor fucking neighbors.
Thank you. And no one and no one like it never got back to me, which was so fucking frustrating because the first thing I heard about this, besides from Bloomfield, is the neighbor upstairs from her. This lady, I never hear anything, right? And then I get a letter, an email from her saying like, I'm not renewing my lease. In fact, I want to leave a month early. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why? What happened? And I told her, I was like, you can't. You signed the lease. You're gonna owe me that month. And then she's like, well, I just want to talk to somebody about this because this is not good. And I get on the phone with her, and she's just like,
This is crazy.
yeah, I don't understand like what's going on downstairs. Like she's talking about like the yelling and the screaming and the cats and the shit and the roaches and all the stuff. And I'm just like talking to her as a human being. She was like, and I let her know like we're already started eviction. It's just they have to leave.
They're not paying rent either.
That's the crazy shit.
They're paying
they
rent.
Fucking pay
I
rent.
knew it. That's the
every
worst.
time.
Those are the worst.
Like
people.
just never late. Fucking pay the rent all the time. And so after talking to her as a human, she was just like, oh, like I just don't want to live like this. Like it's just not good. And I'm like, I didn't know that was happening. I totally understand. Like,
Yeah.
I would be the same way. And those people are leaving. And that's why I started pest control. So everybody is going to have access to pest control whenever they want it. And yeah, it's just crazy because all of this stems from my property manager. It is fucking evident. One of two things are true. Either they have never been in that unit, not fucking once.
They never been to that unit.
Or they've been to it and they didn't give a shit.
Nah.
No, they just didn't go.
They never been there.
Exactly. They haven't been there the entire time they've lived there. You have time to amass 7 cats, fucking 2 apartments worth of shit.
A trampoline?
A fucking trampoline.
You see that in the backyard. Like,
yeah, the basement.
Thank you. A fucking like there's literally feces on the walls. Literally. Like
Did you
there are
fire
pictures.
your property manager?
I'm transitioning them out right now. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. And then when I didn't blow up on them because I still need them to do what they are supposed to do.
Sure.
But they don't realize it yet. But I already have 2 property managers lined up to take their place. But I sent them an email. I was just like, when's the last time you guys went in there? And they're like, do you want us to do inspections? And I'm like,
That's not the question I asked. Like, yeah.
Is that not part? Is that not protocol?
I'm like, like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, you've just never been in there? Why wouldn't you have an annual inspection as part of like just your service?
And I think for you correct me if I'm wrong, a big learning experience where like, I know you want to delegate and trust people for doing the right thing, but at the end of the day, you're the one responsible. Like you're the one getting the phone calls when it's the worst of the worst. You're the one that's going to be paying the bill, where it's like, you got to hire people and make sure now in the process when you're vetting them, hey, how are these inspections going to happen? How are you going to let me know every time you go there? Because you need it sucks more of a pulse on this.
You should have heard my interviews for the new property managers. They were like, we've never been asked that question before. I was like, well, I'm going through some shit right now. Going through some shit, and I don't want to go through it again. And
I'm glad at least you took that and are running with it, learning from it, because I
don't have a fucking choice. And then the other thing that's frustrating is that this company, which people have pointed out to me before, but they were doing an okay job. Our incentives aren't aligned, right? So like, if it's vacant, they still get paid. Like, in fact, right now, there's another unit where 2 ladies moved out. There was some water damage. Why does it take them 3 weeks to fix water damage? And now they're going to list these girls were out at the beginning of the month, right? We knew they were going to be out at the beginning of the month for 3 months. They should have fucking fixed all the shit that needed to get fixed, get that shit ready to get on market day 1. And maybe you might need to do a touch up or whatever here and there.
That shit should have been on the market before it got fixed.
Like what? Like,
be like,
right?
Hey, that's gonna be repaired before you move in. Start start doing showings.
Right. So right, exactly. So yeah, they have to go, and That's just
Nah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is.
It's the headache,
Yeah.
but you also like, being a real estate investor and owner, like you got
This is the game.
You know, that's so funny because Melissa was like, I tell her, I don't tell her everything that happens all the time because she would lose her fucking mind.
Yeah.
But I have to tell her when things might get, where she might start seeing legal papers coming.
Yeah, you
know
gotta-
what I mean? Like,
shit's hitting the face.
I don't want her to be surprised by
Melissa,
like,
you've been served.
exactly, like go to her job and can you imagine? Oh my gosh, she would tell me to sell fucking everything.
Yeah.
If someone came to her job, I was like, boom. I'll be like,
Served.
oh my God, someone served you at
Some
work.
kid in a bike.
The Domino's fucking hat. Motherfucker. But yeah, so I'm telling her some of this shit and she's like, do you want to do this still? I'm like, and I had to explain to her, like, this is the easy stuff. Like, I don't care. This stuff doesn't bother me. Like, these tenants getting sued, all this crazy stuff, whatever. But what I was talking to you about last week is what the parts that are hard, which is interesting to hear that you were going through a similar kind of thing with like trying to, convert and be successful in this new process. But like this feeling rather of like knowing that you're doing something and that you're not like kind of bullshitting yourself, like you're actually trying and you're actually putting in effort and you're actually trying to figure shit out, and still the needle has not moved 1 fucking millimeter. It is the most soul crushing feeling. It's just like,
Yeah, it's like, when do you pivot and how long do you stay on course? Because there were months where I'm like, we're just stuck. It's like I'm fucking doing everything I can to bring stuff in. Ronnie's doing everything to move things, and we couldn't. And we're like, yo, this is not easy. Like, we had some real low points, and you're just like, yo, like you gotta laugh it off. You're like, this
That's
is
why you just gotta laugh.
crazy, but it really makes you like think about your character and like, what are you resilient? Can you get through this? Like, things aren't always going to be great, right? Like in 2020, 2021, we were all booming, everything it felt easy. We were like, you could buy a property wrong and make money.
yep.
Now it's like, you got to be very careful. But no, yeah, I can't, you've had some crazy, some crazy stories, man. We've had our fair share, but not to that level. Ronnie's dealt with a bunch of the tenant BS.
Yeah. I mean, it's all the same shit. I think you got to start with where you're trying to go, and then just realize that it's going to be a zigzag of a ride. That's it. You just got to know, like, okay, like this is where I'm going this way. As long as I'm still going this way, can't control nothing else.
This is what I tell my young people is like how important it is, regardless of what it is that you're into, how important it is to have community. Because like, like I think generally like people like us, like maybe everybody knows the answers. Like, what you need to do, how, generally like from a mindset perspective, not necessarily from a tactical perspective, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just like, for me, sometimes I just have to hear it from someone else who I respect and trust.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, like sometimes my friends aren't the best people to talk to about stuff, so I try not to with real estate. But they won't understand some of the things like I'm going through, or like the ups and downs of just like the day to day of like what we're trying to build and like what we're doing. And even sometimes me, Ronnie, can't talk to each other about it because like we're in it together. Like hearing like an outside perspective, it's nice. Like sometimes I'll talk to a couple guys I know that do real estate in Jersey, and I'm like, yo, how you guys doing? Oh, we're struggling too. Oh, okay, cool. Like it
helps.
It's not just us. Like the market isn't great. Like it makes you believe a little more, because sometimes you're like, am I having false hope, or am I really like? That's a hard thing to know. Like, am I on this path too long? When to pivot? And that's something like we're learning. Like, staying uncomfortable and always being ready to pivot and change. Like I used to hate it. Like, I'm like, why are we changing CRMs? Why are we changing this? Like,
he used to hate it so
working.
much.
And Mike's like, no, like we got to grow. Like
break it. Mike is break that shit.
Yeah, Mike's like, rip it off. And now I'm like very comfortable with the change because it's more normal. And like now, once I get comfortable, I get worried. I'm like, wait, like I just cracked this code. I'm comfortable where I'm at right now. Like, how do I
This is trash.
find a way to make myself uncomfortable again? And I'm in it now. I have I usually do follow-ups on my leads, and now I'm trying to delegate where I don't do any follow-ups and I only work on new things. So it's like the old me is like, wait, like you still need this part of you. And then now I'm like, wait, You know, the version of where I'm trying to get to. I gotta let some things go. But
Yeah, it's that whole idea of like, no, I can't let it go because I do it very well. I'm very important. And it's like someone's basically telling you, like, no, no, no. Someone else can probably do it even better than you. And you're like, what? That means I ain't shit. Right? You start playing those games with yourself.
I wonder if how different it is also, like, one thing that Melissa says to me a lot is like, you know what's funny? Like when you try to have those conversations with other people who are not in it or who have a different type of mindset or a different experience, like the things that they say to try to like help you through it, sometimes it just, they don't realize it and they don't mean it, but it just feels so like patronizing or like just like fuck that. I don't want to no. But I mean, you know, obviously she loves me, she sees me struggling and she's trying to help me, but like I would say things like, you know, like what I'm going through right now, trying to find even a market to start digging into heavily. And I talk about like you guys, and I talk about like my friends in my town and all the real estate guys that I, you know, hang out with. Most of them, all of them, maybe all of them. Shit. I might be the only one who has a W-2 and has to also put in work for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And she's always like, yeah, but like, that's what they do. That's their whole life is that they do this and you don't. So you're not going to have the same amount of time to do the stuff. And like, but for me, it's like, all I hear is like, that's an excuse. That's another excuse. Like, fuck that. Like, I don't want to.
that's
like,
what makes you great at what, like, you know, like it's a specific type of person to be an entrepreneur, you know, and like you really like you do it, you know, like I always respect anybody like that can just go and take an action step, you know, like you can go take action and like that you do this and that, you know, you have your ups, your downs, but at the end of the day, you have a goal for you and your family and, you know, like that you're not willing to just give up on that with all the shit you've been through and like you're still finding a way to build like wealth and change, you know, all of our families like futures. But yeah, and it's easy to compare, right? Like I look at it like, damn man, you got a W-2, like, you know, you get to
Right.
focus on that and then like still you own properties, like you are a go-getter, like that you could even fit that into your schedule. 95% of people I know with a W-2 doesn't even invest, you know, they just like,
Right.
you know, collect their money, they live the, you know, the typical middle class, upper middle class, lower middle class lifestyle. And like, it's hard to break that. Like people like tell me all the time, like, why are you, you know, just not doing your own thing on your own and get 100% of everything? And I'm like, why would I want to do that when I got people I like working with?
As a person who does that, no.
Yeah.
It's not
only
good.
those who don't do it can say do it yourself.
Yeah, it's not, no, it's painful. It's very painful.
But like, yeah, you have it, you know, you have that, your job, like it's, I feel like everybody's path is different and like, you know, it's easy to compare, you know.
And then that's the other thing is like everybody is a different personality. So some people, like I like this. I like talking. I learn, like if I'm gonna learn something, I learn best if I'm talking about it. If I'm talking to someone, I get to ask questions, get to talk about like experience or whatever. If I just read a book, I'm like, and go in one ear and out the other.
Look how much you've learned from this issue with your tenant, right? Like now the property manager, how many more questions like you know to ask and have. Like we bought a property with a tenant and we fucked up and you know we've learned now to like, especially in markets that aren't gonna turn with upside. We, you know now like, oh, be more diligent. Even properties like when we're gathering information about the property. Yo, Jack, like you missed the mechanicals or like, you know, you didn't know the seller was divorced. Like we got to make sure like these things are always known.
I haven't even called them yet.
No,
I'm like dreading that call. I'm like, fuck.
I thought about it. He did tell me, and he told me he's positive she's not on the deed or title. Like, cause he's very sharp, and I was like, "You're telling me she's
That's
not."
not something you could just look up, anyways.
Maybe I'm not gonna lie.
Usually,
Usually
wait till title, but
I had so much shenanigans going. I was like, not like I almost kind of shelved it. Like, not yet. Like, like I was like, I'm gonna deal with this. When I speak to him, I'm like. It's that fucking agent, that broker, and it's my fault. Because I've been telling you guys, like, this fucking broker from the beginning was fucking with me. And I feel like this is the kind of guy that looked it up, like, and reached out to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gives me that energy. Like, he'll do some dick shit like that.
But honestly, I remember, because I did ask him this, and he was like, she's not on the deed or title. He's like,
I believe that. It's just
Like
that's
having to
fine.
deal with
It's just annoying now, like
sheets
because now
bad
and now
things.
and I know if it gets back to him, he's gonna be like, "Yo, did you fucking call?" I'm like, "Nah, bro, my bad. It was the broker. He wanted to make, you know what I'm saying? Like now
Oh,
I have
because
to.
you don't want him to call her, and then she tells him like, "Oh, hey, the broker reached out to me."
Well, Rick, I don't care who calls who. I just now know that like what I try to do is I try to take all the stress out of the clients. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want Carlos to deal. The whole point
stirring
is,
up shit.
yeah. The
make
last thing
things-
I want to do is be like, yo, Ronnie, what? Like I want it to be like, yo, I don't like, in my mind, the way I have it for people is that like I'm gonna overfeed them information so they can live their lives and feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And I want to make it like stress free. So
This is
anytime
not
someone
stress-free.
exactly anyone they don't.
Why is
fuck
this guy calling?
but it's my fault. And I guess I'm more mad because it's my fault. Because I knew my God, I told you guys, like, this fucking broker is another thing with novations is basically I do for sale by owner, right?
Mhm.
But in order for me to list it on the MLS, I need a broker to essentially sponsor me because I'm not an
Mhm.
agent. So even so
By
I
the way,
get
with him having POA.
so I get POA so I can act as an owner and then
Mhm.
I list it for sale by owner because now I have power of attorney
Mhm.
and but I still need a broker. And these brokers sometimes can be I just need you to like the best brokers, the ones that like do well with me are the ones that like just leave me the fuck alone and then
Right.
you get a nice
You just
email
do-
at the end like, hey, you got a nice little commission check and you did nothing.
Mhm.
And it works perfect. But then there's those that are just like get in the way and it's like, what are you doing? Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the ones that all the ones I close it, they love me. They're like, bro, you're the easiest money I've ever made. I'm like, yeah. If I ever come back to your state, I'll look for you. Like, you know what to do. Leave me. I make it clear, like, just stay out of my way. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. Thank you so much. Like, I won't put your license in jeopardy. You know, that's it.
Is it statewide?
do
When
you
a
mean?
broker has a license, is it for the whole state?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So they have. I don't know if it's state. I believe it's
Or if
statewide,
it's
right?
based on those MLS
But
groups?
for sure, it's based on the MLS
Like,
groups, yeah, whatever, like things. So I have like I guess a third party website who already has like registered brokers for each of these for all the MLSs in the US.
mhm.
So they just assign me. But like there are some properties that are like there's a fucking like for this Jersey one, Hightown, I called them. I'm like, I'm not working with Ronnie again.
That guy.
Yeah,
we
so
hated him.
there's a broker named Ronnie
Oh,
who has
what-
terrible reviews.
uh,
So I learned with a last deal that I novated that in Tom's River that an agent finally told me like, hey, I thought you were Ronnie, so I didn't want to say it, but I realized that you're not the same Ronnie. And I'm like, oh, that's another problem too. People keep thinking, and she was like, no one likes that guy. I'm pretty sure you're not getting as much calls as you should be because no one wants to work with him. So I was like, oh, that's great to know. Like, that's,
R. Tiburcio.
yeah.
Like,
So I was like,
oh my
that's so I'm like,
Like,
yeah, I can't work with another Ronnie because then they're gonna think like no one's gonna call me.
right.
So
that is funny.
yeah, but I can't work with that guy again.
But
But
it really-
that means that you only need 52, right?
Hmm?
That means you only need 52.
Technically, but it also it does like how do I explain? Like it makes it harder. I don't know. How to explain. Like finding a broker is hard that's willing to do what I'm doing. Like because they're like, what are you doing?
But once you find them, that's it, right?
Yeah.
You're good for that
Yeah,
state.
yeah, that's
so once you get up to 52, you should, I mean,
and the
unless
cool
they-
thing is we're picking up contracts and literally it's random. Like we have
Have you done Hawaii yet or Alaska?
I've made offers there in Hawaii. Haven't gotten a contract. Alaska,
that's
no.
cool.
But like let's say the last 5 properties, like we closed one in Pennsylvania, we have one in Texas, someplace in Texas, Virginia, where else?
Couple in
New
Pennsylvania.
Jersey, Hightown. It's all over the place.
couple in our backyards in the Poconos.
Couple in our
Mhm.
backyards. There's another one. Oh, and Louisiana. Like
And
they're
for me, it's
everywhere.
all the same. Like anything for me, I'm like, I don't care. People ask me because in Louisiana, you know me, I get excited. I talk fast. New York accent comes out. They're like, oh, like where are you from? I'm like, oh, I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. They're like, oh, good. Like I thought you were gonna say you're from Louisiana, and I could smell it on you. You're not.
No.
And I'm like, I would never try to disrespect you with that. And I was like, and then I give them like a little spiel, like we started here, but elsewhere, you know, now we're countrywide.
Yeah.
But I was like, if that's not for you, that's okay. You know, and like, it's funny. Like a lot of those people usually don't like the New York, especially New York City. So I usually say I'm from Jersey because people just hate New York City. It's like Jersey, they can stand a little.
Yeah,
bit. New York
yeah,
City,
yeah.
They're like, I can't fucking
Fuck you.
stand
You
it.
think you're better than
Yeah,
me.
especially people in Jersey. They're like, you think you're better than me? Like you're from fucking Brooklyn and you live there in
Yeah.
Park Slope. I'm like, absolutely.
I definitely have. I think I have some prejudice for the accent too. I remember one of our first lender for our primary home, which is the first home we ever bought, was he had an accent, and I was just like, I don't know about this guy.
I try to mirror now, obviously, over the years, like who I'm talking to. So like
Yeah.
it changes as I go.
Yeah,
But when I
you
get
gotten so I can 100% tell. We were talking. We have a property in like Texas that we novated and we have under contract. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, I think it's because the way I talk. I don't change the way I talk, but you do. So I'm pretty sure that's why what's
yeah,
this
that
lady's
lady
name?
liked me.
That's why she likes you. She doesn't like me because I'm like I talk fast. I don't I don't know if I just stopped caring, but I'm very, I guess because I'm so dry, like I just
You're
give,
very stoic.
I'm objective. Yeah, I'm stoic because I have had to shift to like objective information. Like I give people objective information. Like, hey, someone saw your house. They don't want to put in an offer because they said this isn't that. That's it. And I have to be stoic because I have to they have to remember that I'm just a messenger. So I can't give any subjectivity to it because then they're going to be like, I can now give Ronnie subjectivity. But if I keep it objective, then they're like, I want to be mad, but I can't be mad at him and I'm not giving them away. So we're on a call and this lady, Regina, she's been ignoring me. And I'm like, yo, I like women love me. Like they never like, why is she not, has not wanted to talk to me the whole time. So Jagger hops on. We're on a 3-way. And
I only hop on when it's like important, right?
Yeah,
like
when I need him.
Yeah,
It's basically when I need him. If I need him, like for this one, because like I'm not getting the right energy from like one of the sellers. So I'm like, yo, Jagger, you gotta come in and like I'm gonna have a serious conversation just in case you need to slide in. She starts talking up a storm with him, and I'm like, but then I'm like, this motherfucker, I forget, like he's talking he's super sweet to her, and he's like, what do you think, Regina? And it's like, let's hear what she has to say.
And she's staying quiet, and I'm like, Regina, I know you're listening. Like, what do you think about that? Like, are you okay with this? Because if you're not okay, we'll walk away right now. And like, it's those little subtle things that like I just get a little more personable.
Yeah,
yeah, that's my little superpower. I love it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm just like, yeah, Regina, like they don't like your house because
Like,
there's no decking on your roof.
Yeah.
She's like, well, that's normal. I mean, well, he's saying, Toby's like, that's normal. I was like, nah, Toby, like, it's just metal. There's the house, there's like the walls, and then there's a metal roof. I'm like, there's decking that needs to be put.
Yeah.
And they were like, no. And I'm like, yo, Ronnie, but I have to be this, but I have to find that balance. And that made me realize it. Like,
yeah, no, that's what works. You know, it's like I get to come and it's like sometimes they don't like me because I'm the one always lowering the price. Like I'm always the one, you know, like Ronnie's like the messenger. I'm the guy like, hey, we can't buy your house at this price. Like I need you here, but it works. And then like for the day to day, it's like, and that's what I love about, you know, working with a team and like, you know, having people that like understand each other where like, you know, like I know Ronnie's strengths, he knows mine. And like, he knows when I need to be involved. Cause like, I'm always like overly obsessed wanting to be involved. He's like, yo, I got it. Like this lane's mine. And you know, it's nice. Like Ryan stays in his lane. Mike's kind of like overseeing like all the lanes. But no, it works. It works well. But the cool thing is like with the negotiations, yeah, Ronnie gives all the facts, and then now I have all the facts, and I'm like, all I needed to negotiate was get a little bit of ammo, and now it's fun. Now and we've knocked down like our last 5 deals. We've gotten like an average of 10 to like
I think we've
30K
accumulated like $100K in price reductions. I would say, yeah, we've gotten really good at it. Like we have like a nice flow. We don't even have to. He doesn't need to know when I'm done talking, and I don't need to know what. Like he doesn't need to tell me when to shut up. You know, we kind of just feel it. Like okay, I'm telling you the information, but like Jagger said, like I'm just giving Jagger the ammo.
You guys are both on calls
We'll
at
hop
the
on
same time.
Yeah, we'll hop on the call at the same time.
It's almost like freaking good cop, bad cop shit.
It is.
Yeah, basically.
It exactly is.
Yeah.
This guy's the bad
But it
news.
works
This
perfect.
guy's the good news.
It's fun.
And then now it's like we have a tangible answer. It's like, oh, if you want to get this done, you drop to this price, we're home free. And they're just looking at the light. We're wholesaling. We haven't figured that out yet. Where it's like
That's what we got.
the confirmed number from the buyers are so low. It's like we're still trying to find that gap of like how do we underwrite it better to be closer to those buyers' numbers. Because it's hard. Yeah, wholesaling is tough. And then like
And it's wholesaling. Again, it's easy. I can wholesale anything in my backyard. That's different. It's easy. It's easier. Like if it's like, you know, like the last couple of deals, I mean, it's been a while, but the last couple, it's been, you know, just make a phone call like, oh, who buys in this house? Oh shit, let me call Down. Oh shit, let me call, let me call AJ. Let me call Ming. And that's it. It's we looked at the KPIs, which was staggering. It was like, this is concerning about wholesaling. And I think last year we looked at it, and I did not wholesale a deal that wasn't in our backyard. Like, just to show how much like relationships for me matter to get stuff done, rather than like, I'm not good at just like doing. I want to be friends with people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be friendly. Even if I don't like you, I still want to hear you. I still want to talk to you. I still want to hear what you have to say.
How much do you have to vet the buyer?
Not much. I mean, not much for, so the way for off market is different from on market. So for off market, what I do is I'll be like, send me the last 2 properties you did.
Okay.
That's one thing. And I'll be like, I'll say something like, send me the last 2 you did. And if you haven't done any, that's okay too. I just want to know what I'm working with.
Sure.
So that'll be like the first red flag for people.
Right.
Like, it should be very easy for you to be like, oh, these 2 addresses. And then I'll look, I won't ask for the LLC. I'll look it up and I'll make sure. And then I'll bring it up to them like, oh, like there's, who's this person? It's not you. And then go from there.
Yeah.
If it's on market, I'll be like, who's your lender? And I'll look up the people on like Facebook and see who they are.
Why not post in like forums then for sellers, like Bigger Pockets?
Oh, I never thought of that.
For buyers rather.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like it. You know what it is? You get too many first time guys.
Yeah.
Too many. Like, then I'm like educating too much. And
yeah.
sometimes it's not worth it. I tried that before. There was one time though, we were novating a property, the Tuckerton property. And me and the homeowner found the lady on Facebook. So every time we would negotiate with her, she would post it and say her feelings. But she
feelings.
Was she basically was, there was one time where we were like negotiating back and forth, and she was like, oh my God, like these people don't want to give me the credit, but like I just love this house, so I'm gonna just end up like agreeing to it.
Didn't realize her shit was public.
Old people. I mean, like, we're the old people, but but like, no, she didn't realize. So we were like, me and I forgot her name.
That's hilarious.
What's
dude.
her name?
That's fucking hilarious.
That was one of my favorite ladies. We used to laugh because we started like, me and her, like, this is how I know I get deals done, when I start like playing this game where we're calling and laughing, and I'm like, did you see what she posted? And
so
I'm
the
like,
seller saw this shit too?
Yeah, because it's like me and her both did the same, because we were laughing about it because we both found her on Facebook. So I'm like, we got her. She's like, yeah, I know. Like, I'm like, this lady loves this house.
The key to all this is if you could get the seller on your side,
yeah,
anything can happen. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
So for you, are you mainly just looking, obviously, just on market with that agent, going that route?
Right now, God help me, it's literally doing this shit at work today. Trying to look at another market. There's not enough. The cap rate is too low in Knoxville. It's just not going to work. And I want something that's going to cash flow day one. And between the seller's prices and the interest rates, it's just not going to work there. I don't think.
What's a commercial interest rate right now?
6.6, 6.5, 25 down.
6 isn't bad.
Yeah, 6 isn't bad. It's just not bringing in enough a month then.
As well as I do, doesn't matter what the interest rate is by itself.
Yeah.
It's what's the price of the home? How much money am I making? Like, you put those 3 things together, if that number is not good, it doesn't matter if it's 8% or 2%.
No, that makes sense.
But so now I'm thinking about Cleveland or Indiana. Oh no, Indianapolis. So
Cleveland.
Indianapolis, what?
Sorry,
We marketed heavy in
Making me
Cleveland.
scary. You make me nervous.
No.
No, we were marketing heavy in Cleveland.
So Cleveland, I'm not super. I'm gonna check out Indianapolis first. I'm probably gonna fly there and like try and meet someone local. And
I can
get the
connect you with
lowdown.
somebody.
Oh, really?
Dean.
Yeah.
He's
Thinking about
he's
him.
in Indiana.
He's a good dude.
I
He's
like
a really
Dean.
good dude.
I'll connect you with him. He's cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
He knows realtors too. Like, he's a good connect.
Yeah. And he's just a cool guy. He does
Nice.
jujitsu too. He used to be a chef in New York. Like,
Huh.
Like we'll have stuff you'll have stuff to talk about. Like he's just a cool guy. His
Does he
wife
live
is
there,
awesome.
or-
So he moved from Indianapolis recently to Texas
Hmm.
because they were wholesaling there and they found a bomb ass house and they were like, "Fuck that,
we
Like,
want
this
yeah.
shit." So I think he's living in that Dallas Fort Worth.
I gotta hit
area.
him up. It's been a while. He's a good dude.
I like him.
Yeah, but
so-
Cleveland doesn't seem like, even though it's what's the word? It's
Revitalized.
revitalized.
Yeah.
Like the population is going up a little bit, but it's rebounding from like COVID time.
Yeah.
But I've been watching videos of like tours, and it looks like there's just no people.
Yeah.
Like there's no one there.
Yo, it's a fucking.
I'm not.
And it's block by block. Like you can
Oh,
be in
yeah.
Cleveland. Like we're looking at houses that are like 200-300K, which is I would say probably 200, probably like 170, like 220
That's
median.
that's the median of
for by the way, for like
Singles.
one singles.
Yeah.
And then like you'll go a few blocks away and it's like 10,000, 50,000.
What?
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Like ridiculously crap.
For a mobile home or for like an
No,
actual fucking house?
It was like a lot of them were the row homes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
I don't like
the crazy
those
thing is the
either.
competition. There is so many investors there. So if you
Really?
find something good, you'll be able to
Vultures.
get rid of it. It's just finding something good.
Right.
And then now the rental game, like all these guys are like people, it's like Florida right before, when it started blowing up. It's
Yeah.
like reminding me of that where everybody's going there now.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's a year too late for us.
So that's the problem that I'm thinking that Indianapolis might have the same problem where it's like, even though the economy and the location is like good from a demographic point of view, I feel like I've seen it on a bunch of lists as like a great place for cash flow. So the competition's probably going to be.
But for you, it's like just find one property that's a multi. Like for us, it was like,
That's true.
can we
Well-
multiply like multiple assignments from these contracts, and we couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was true.
Your volume is definitely clearly, obviously, like much higher than mine. But I do want to also go to a place where I can continue.
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
to
You don't want a
build,
one-off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because once I have to do the PM and the lender and the insurance and all that stuff, I want to just keep growing in that space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Indianapolis is definitely a good place to look and just see. Like if it's really hard for your realtor that you connect with to like even put in offers, then it's like, oh shit, like this is still a very hot market.
Yeah.
It's the sweet spot. Like like we don't know it yet either, but like finding that place that is on the map but not like saturated.
What's a gem that we found? PA.
Dude.
PA is a fucking gem.
So-
Bro,
Poconos?
I don't know, like, it's a fucking gem. Bro, the numbers there are pretty consistent.
And they're going up.
Yeah, but like even then, like it's not a you're not gonna see a boom or bust. It's like, it's I can tell you, right? You fucking find in Tobyhanna a 3-2. You're looking depends. If it's in a nice HOA, maybe in the 3s. If it's not, in the 2s, right?
Definitely,
You
yeah.
buy it at 190, you sell it at 240, 250. But it's pretty like it's a gem.
It's consistent.
It's
too.
consistent.
What's the vintage on that?
What do you mean?
What year?
The house?
Those properties that you're talking about.
These
that
houses are all recent. There's no
Right.
like 1900 in
Right,
PA.
exactly,
These
right.
are all 1950s,
1950s.
1960s.
Yeah.
Okay, so my experience with PA was, one of my friends I'm sorry.
Monroe County, PA. Not the rest of the fuckery. Just
Because we can't.
yeah. No. Let me be clear. Monroe, where the Poconos is, and Tobyhanna, Stroudsburg, like
Everything
just-
outside of that.
everything. I don't want to.
1849, 1906.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. None of those. No, I'm just specifically Monroe County.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
actually personally looking. Me and Veronica are looking to buy a spot in the Poconos. Me and Ryan were just talking
Yeah.
early next year. Get a nice place, 350,000. Use it as a second home. I'll probably Airbnb it in the time I'm not using it, but it's just like the community too. Like people there, it's either people from New York City that wanted to buy a second home,
Yeah.
or people from Jersey, or like the homegrown people, and the few communities that are really good Airbnbs areas like we're in, but like you just know what you're getting. Like there isn't gonna be a fucking oil tank under this house that's gonna. It's like it's all very consistent, and we just did a sale in Tobyhanna as a listing. It's like people want to be there, and like we listed this property just now. We just got in East Stroudsburg like 2 days last week. We're like, all right, this thing could sell for 315. Ronnie put it up at 315. We were under contract day 2. Buyer fell through. He has 3 more showings, but it's just like you know what you have, and it's like easy to comp. And that's what we like.
nice.
Like
Yeah,
it's
that's
easy to
nice.
comp, and it's also not shithole.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, but it's not like Rahway. You can't find anything. You can't find anything
Yeah.
anywhere.
Well, no, that's it. The train line in New Jersey is fucking, it's wrecked. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. Like,
Yeah. Well, I drove down to Reading. So my friend had two
Reading, PA.
Maltese in Reading. And I went down there and I was just like, and she was all like, you know, in seller mode. She's an investor, right? She gets it both sides. But I'm looking at these places and also I forgot that I don't like attached like multifamily. Like I don't want to have the guy next door have a fire and fucking like now my place is burned down too or whatever. Anyway, so it's a lot of row homes, but then also it's like these homes are old in the sense of like they weren't built for multifamily. And I also don't like it either when the home is like it was some really big, really beautiful house and they just cut it up and make it into some random room here, a random 1-bedroom over there, whatever. And anyways, that's what it ended up being. But the most important thing though is like driving around the city, it was not inspiring at all.
bunch
It
of
was just
zombies.
like, it just felt like fucking, you know, it felt like it was on the decline.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
There were no like restaurants or like cool stuff or anything. It was just like, honestly, it was like being on Fordham Road, like in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And it was just like, the funny thing is that the Bronx they're building luxury condos there now, which is insane. But this place is just like, there's nothing here. Like
Yeah.
No, and that's
I
just
can't
some
do it.
places are just gonna be like that for a bit. Like people in like Keensburg. No offense to anybody listening in Keensburg, New Jersey,
Fuck Kingsburg.
but we hate that area.
Where's
And
Kingsburg?
Keensburg's like
It's
near.
near Hazlitt, like down
Oh,
like
that's New Jersey?
Yeah,
yeah.
Jefferson. Sorry, my brother-in-law lives in Middletown. Beautiful over there.
yeah,
But
no, Middletown's
Keensburg-
fire.
Keyport's nice, but Keensburg, it's just a place like all these investors thought we're gonna like, turn where I would talk to guys like, yeah, I'm never selling like this. It's gonna shift. It's gonna be the next like I don't even know what they were trying to compare it to, but yeah,
Which
they were.
county is it?
It's Ocean.
Oh, is it Ocean? Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's Ocean.
but
It's
my
it's by like there's places by the water.
Oh wow.
It's like it's no, sorry, lies. Keensburg is
no,
a
it's
little.
Middlesex County.
It's your.
Huh?
No, I don't think
No, it's not. It's
I think
Ocean.
it's
It
Ocean.
might be Ocean. But whatever. The point is, it's like
Could
one
be
of those
Middlesex.
areas that like people keep buying and like reselling and like how Newark was a while back. Like now it's like a lot of guys know
Yeah.
Newark well, but it just hasn't changed yet. So it's like, why would we want to? You don't always want to be in the area that hasn't changed yet, right? Like it's not
Right.
always gonna turn for the better. There's this spot in Staten Island too on the water. I forgot what it is, and like they're trying to make it nice, like Irby. They put like a lot of money, like these big buildings, restaurants, and it's still like next to the hood and it's like hard for it to change and it
Yeah.
takes time, right? Like, like my area in Park Slope, it's like when my dad was a kid, it was a shithole. Like they could have all bought properties and now they're all worth every brownstone
Yeah.
10 to 14 million
I feel
dollars.
like
It's-
all of Brooklyn
Classic.
was that.
but Indianapolis, we actually like Indianapolis. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's a good market. The different story is how hard is it to acquire? Because
Right.
the really good markets just become harder to acquire.
Yeah, and that's the other things that I'm trying to figure out is like what's the sweet spot as far as like population. So like Knoxville, PA, I was also looking in Minneapolis. They're all around like 300K people to 2 to 300. I haven't checked out the demographics on Cleveland or Indianapolis yet. So, but I think like that's kind of like the minimum. It feels like to have a place where you can keep going back to the watering hole and doing more business.
The good thing with Indianapolis is that like you're always gonna have traffic going through there, just because there's like fucking 30 highways that connect
Oh, really?
Indianapolis. Yeah, if you look at a map, there's a shit ton of highways that go through it. So it's good to have like you want that. You want like the movement that pushes for restaurants, that pushes for like services. You know what I'm saying? Then it pushes for people to have jobs now because of all these like truckers that drive through. Like it kind of helps the population out. That was one of the things we looked at.
Yeah, commercial's cool. So you're looking for more than 4 units essentially.
You know,
It makes sense.
That's the other thing that I'm trying to figure out is like, with the challenge of relearning the game a little bit in the commercial space, the thing that's also tricky is the lending is also a lot different. So it's like it's now like 25-year am versus a 30, and then it's like a 5-year fixed rate, but then it goes variable, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
this
that's
is so
kinda-
crazy.
yeah.
Like, why
Basically,
do
you have to refi in 5 years.
right,
Yeah.
basically. So why even like
Yeah.
I don't anyways, yeah, it's just
That's the game. It's just it's a 5-year refi game is what
Yeah.
they're playing, or sell.
but what makes that interesting to me is like it kind of forces investors to play.
Mm-hmm.
And so it does open up the market a little bit. But then the sellers, because some of them did bad deals, now they're trying to sell for something that I can't even touch because I know they're trying to make this loan payment, but who's buying that?
Yeah.
And I don't get it.
That
So
happens all the time.
And it's all about putting in the right leases, you know, with the like making sure you underwrite it correctly, where you know how much you can get, and you're not like selling yourself short because
yeah.
it's all just cap rate. Right?
You know what it is? That
It's
shit
how much
takes
can you bring.
shit takes patience. That's the problem.
I can't do it.
Like Paul, I was with Paul yesterday.
Oh, really?
I was helping him translate for one of the tenants. One of his tenants is doing some dumb shit, so I went to help him. And he's like, yeah, good years, like 3 deals for him, you know,
Oh, yeah.
but huge deals, but still like, so 3 deals. I would lose my fucking mind.
Yeah, we're averaging closing like 3 a month.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
feel like
wow.
we're doing fucking terrible.
Yeah, I'm like, this is trash. Like we should be closing more often. Like when's the next close?
Yes, because we're averaging 7 contracts a month.
Yeah.
We think we should be doing.
We should be doing way more.
But
Yeah, I don't know, man. But I think me and Ryan talk about this all the time. Like I'm like, because he always asks me like, "Yo, what are we doing next?" kind of thing. And we're thinking it's probably gonna end up being like retail kitchens and baths. But if it's rentals, I was like, we're not buying 2-3 units. It's like no, I'm like no, we're buying not hundreds, but we'll
50s.
we'll buy like in that 20 to 50, maybe 50, maybe not even so high, maybe like to keep management in house.
You got to have over like 20 to keep management in the house. I mean, well, no, or yeah, if you're buying a bunch of 20s
locally,
and then you're having your own management company essentially.
Yeah,
Which
because
you can do.
Yeah, and say, you know what it is? Naturally, again, because everything we do, we try to do at a certain scale for it to support the whole team.
Yeah.
So that's I guess the advantage that we have. Everything we do is always within, like we're not gonna just do one. It's always like,
yeah, we thought contracting for a little. You know, we were thinking.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's nice when you can like for so long there was like a stress of like coming up with money, and it was great because the ROI on that was so fucking high. It was like, yeah, whatever money we can get, just throw it in. From 2018 to like 2022, it was just like, get all the money you can and just throw that shit. Don't worry about the ROI is gonna come back.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, no, you want as little of your money in, and you want as less. You don't want to you want as least exposure as possible. So this is why like the novations is so great for us. The referrals are so great, and now even like like flipping is always nice because we're so good at it. Not because it's good.
Yeah,
it's
but
just we're so good at it.
Only taking on a few.
Yeah, and even that now we have private lenders that like fund the whole thing. So again, limited exposure. And now kitchens and baths we like because again we're really good at. We just done so many. It's nothing impressive. It's just like there's only so many kitchens and baths till like me and you could walk in and be like, yeah, like this costs this much,
15 grand. Yeah,
like I know how much a fucking cabinet costs. Like I just know. Like I walk in, I'm like, okay, this is gonna cost this. So we're thinking about, and then we're so good at marketing now. No, sorry, we're not good at marketing. We're terrible We're not great marketers. We're good at acquisitions.
Yeah.
That's why we hire out the marketing.
Yes.
But we just need it to hit. And then once it comes in, we got it from there. So all we got to do is find the right marketing company and we'll get a ton of gigs. So
And just basically renovate people's kitchens and baths.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a thought. We were just throwing it out there.
No, yeah, Ryan brought it up last year too. It's been in his mind.
You know what it is? It's just, again, And is he brought it up because it's something's going right or something's going kind of right what we're doing now. So it's like, okay, now that that's going kind of right,
That's what his job is. Let him focus on.
Yeah, let's.
I was like, I don't want anything to do with that. Like, let me know when that's ready. I'm in. Like, let's go. We like talking, you know.
No, but I'm his road dog with this because he be like,
someone.
Yeah, you want to do it? I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. He's like, what are you gonna do with the novations? I was like, I'll hire. We'll find somebody to replace me. Put me in the fucking AC, and then I go back to. But I like it.
No, it's fun.
It's so fun.
And then once we got a plan, I'm in. You know, it's the same thing for me. I'll acquire anything. Just give me a fucking person, a property, or a situation. We'll figure it out.
It's so crazy.
I was thinking, so me and some guys from my town, real estate dudes, we were talking about like doing business arbitrages and like what might make sense. And one of the things that we thought about, kind of maybe along the similar lines as like the kitchen thing, is like finding trades that, so there are always trades that we really like working with, right? Like whether it's a plumber or a carpenter, electrician, whatever. And we always see the similar thing where they just are not good at business, right? They're really good at their trade, but they don't follow up necessarily. They don't have people answering the phone. They don't like send out good invoices. They just give you a number and they just hope that you just fucking say yes because no one else gives you a number too. And we were thinking like, what if we just came in and just provided basically a layer over these trades that was just like a good business, right? Something that would make people happy. Like they always get someone on the phone. They have detailed, like estimates and all this stuff, and like make a cut from that. But that might be something that you guys would be really good at because you're so good with systems, you know?
Yeah, you know what you just described? I think
that?
you just described what private equity is at a larger scale. I'm pretty sure that's where that idea came from, like STEM. If I was guessing, like that's kind of what it is. You have a big company that takes on these little companies and just blows them up.
That's true. That's true.
Exactly. In a different way. Yeah,
that is true.
Those usually companies just have a proof of concept, right? Of like,
right. That is true.
Yeah, that is true.
But they don't do like accounting well. They don't do HR well. So they just come in and like fix all that shit that they fix in every company and they just do it again. Yep. That's true.
Basically what it is. Because if you do all that for a company, you're like, maybe you'll do it for a fee, but eventually you're gonna want to do it for equity.
Right.
And then you become private equity.
Private equity. Yeah.
That's a good point.
But that's a great idea. Yeah, it's a proven model.
Yeah, we don't have the skills to do it though.
Now, or it's cool. I do like the kitchen and baths thing because it's like we're good at it, and it's like people need it. You know, it's like
people don't want us in that game. Because
we'll shut that shit down.
Well, don't do much.
Because people don't realize how much you can capitalize on like a good system.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
that's why Ryan keeps bringing it up to me.
But that's the thing, though. It's like what's cool about what you guys have is that you can apply that to pretty much anything.
It doesn't matter.
Like, I don't care if I was selling fucking Gatorade bottles, fucking pens, real estate, cars.
We're detached. That's what I was telling you. We're detached from what it is that we do. So for us, it doesn't matter. Like, right?
The
like,
asset class, the asset itself.
I don't know. I don't remember the last time I saw a house. I used to like looking at our flips. What was the last time you went to a flip?
Yeah, it's the Airbnbs. It's it. I like using them.
Because you like using them. Yeah. Like we don't. It's just this is the first time Ryan was the first one to detach, right? Ryan got to a point where he was like, Ryan, what do you think about the house? And I'm like, I think we're good. You want to see it? He's like, no, what do you think? I'm like, no, I think we're good. He's like, all right, cool. And then he'll never see it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you're fucking crazy. But now I get it. Like he put it to me in the best words. Like if you walk to a house, like, can you inspect it and know? And can you know more? Is there anything you're going to see that you won't be able to see in photos? Like, are you an expert in anything more than, and I'm like, oh shit, you're right. He's like, yeah, you don't know shit. The same thing you're going to tell me in person, you're going to tell me with photos. I was like, oh, you're right. He's like, it's the same thing for me. Like,
do you feel like you had to get to that point by going through it first though? Or do you feel like you could have skipped over that?
I think I'm going to skip over it.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything that I was like, oh, I'm happy I went to a bunch of houses. Like, the only thing that I'm grateful for is the people. I think the people skills that you gain from understanding the psychology of like you're in someone's house, these rooms bring out this emotion from these people. Oh shit, let me go back to that room. This is where they were that, but the house
Oh.
itself is like,
Well, it's also leave it to the expert, like Jason, Jay, like he's
Yeah.
doing the project. He's the one that needs to be in the houses because
Yeah.
he's going to be the one like reconfiguring things, like you are, like checking the floors. Like Ronnie said, like me and him walk in, like we might know a little bit or the same amount
Yeah.
of photos, but you're going to need the expert to come in and make sure the house is secure and like the things that we're, not really seeing. And Ryan realized
you're
that
getting
early
a
on.
15K plus or minus from me and Jagger, maybe
Mm.
maybe 10, like, right, like this reno could be 60 or 70 or 50 from us. Like that's what you're gonna get,
Mm.
right? Like,
Just be dangerous enough.
I found it really interesting because like even with this property in Knoxville, like I paid one of my friends slash mentor people to underwrite the property too, because I just wanted a second, like I wanted that like that stopgap, that parachute of just like, let me just make sure like I'm not doing something crazy.
yeah,
And he called it from the beginning too. He's like, you have to get this under 500. Do not go over 500. And I was like, 515. But the funny thing is like I showed him the photos, right? So he saw, was it the same house? I think it was the same house. Was it? I think so. This was before I did the walkthrough, and he looked at the photos. Maybe it was a different house. Either way, he looked at the photos and was pointing out shit. I looked at the exact same photos, and I was just like, holy shit, I missed all that. He was like, you see how like every room has one of those sticky fly trap things? It's like they got a water problem somewhere. They got flies. They got
that humidity
it's
coming
like-
from somewhere. Yeah,
he's pointing out. I was like, motherfucker, damn. Like, how are you doing this shit?
just reps probably.
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
It's like I've done this a million times.
that's all it is. Just
Well, that's why I was asking you if you felt like the reps, like doing it, helped you to get to that point, or you could have just skipped over that somehow.
I mean, you can do it the hard way, right? Which is go. But if you don't like it, I've just learned if I don't like something, how fast can I just find somebody or like substitute myself? That's what
Right.
that's my take. If you like it, then it's different. Like if you like it, yeah, by all means, that's different. But if you don't like it, you're gonna suck, number one, because you don't like it. So you're gonna be doing a half-ass job anyway, and it's gonna take you so much longer to learn it because you have no interest in learning something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
struggle with that with my kids because sometimes I'm like, do I tell Abby like, yeah, fuck that shit? Like, like it's true. Don't focus on that. That is your weak point. Like, or should I try to make her like all around? I think about that nonstop.
Well, it's hard because
Because
this
he's
is
still
just
a
this.
kid.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
So it's
is
like-
that really a weakness? Is that a strength?
Yeah.
Into like,
Because for us, like it's terrible advice. I think when someone's like it's like, yo, Jagger, you should take on, I don't know, some shit that involves fucking you studying and fucking like that. You would hate that.
no, yeah,
Right. But like technically that's your weakness. Right. But it's like, no, it's not a weakness. It is a weakness, but it's like, why the fuck would you spend time working on it? Like work on your strength.
yeah. And I think like in business and in life, as you get older, like you find things you're good at, and you just realize like partnerships is the way to go. Like when you're young and maybe not even young, just uneducated or not around people that, in my mind, that are successful to what I'm looking at. It's like you don't need to own everything. It's like I was even talking about like if I buy a house, like I don't need to own the whole house. If I could go with a partner and like do something that they have strengths that I don't have to bring to the table, just like with freedom, because 100% of something isn't always everything because it might be nothing, right? And if you're waiting until you get 100%, like why not just do what you're really good at, 5, 10, 15%, 20% or whatever, and you just find other people that are good at what they do. And that's like what every successful CEO I see does. Like they're not the best at Apple, the CEO isn't the best technical person actually understanding probably the coding and all of that stuff, but he's hiring the right people that are. And it's just like, I think that's like, yeah, the key. But it's like as you grow up, finding, what is a weakness, but what is something that you're maybe just like for me, I always thought I wasn't able to not just do tests and things like that. I always knew I was a bad test taker, but I thought like, oh, I couldn't be disciplined. Like I couldn't like sit for 8 hours. And now my schedule, no one tells me what to do, right? Like we all work for ourselves. Like I love from like 9 a.m. to 11, I do time blocking calls. Then from like 11 to 12, I'm underwriting deals. Then from 2 to 5, I'm doing more calls. And it's like just the discipline and work ethic of like liking what you do is so powerful.
Yeah,
And
It's
like,
different when you like it. I mean,
That's
you
what
can
I'm
sit through it if
saying.
you like it. You don't. It's not. It
not
doesn't feel like
working.
time. Yeah, it's just like you're just doing what you like.
yeah, like you're in work, like working on deals, like, you know, like when your wife's like, oh, you want to sell this shit? It's like, no, like this isn't the hard part. The hard part is the other stuff, right? It's like we're sitting here at 10 o'clock at night on a Thursday chopping it up about real estate because
Yeah.
we like it. You know, it's
I think the bigger challenge is for me is like when it is hard, or if sometimes things might feel like a weakness or feel hard, and then there's always this thought of like, literally on my wrist right now it says PB fam does hard things. Like, it's like, when is the, like, what is the right hard thing to do, I guess is the question. And like one of my friends said to me, she was like, maybe the hard thing to do is to give yourself a break. Maybe the hard thing to do is to chill for a minute and take a breath. And I was like, damn. That would be hard, because it would be hard to like not feel the drive, or feel the drive and not do anything about it. She's like, what if you just didn't buy any real estate for a year on purpose? And I was just like, I don't know if I could handle that.
I think we spoke about it, but I think the assessing, there's no right answer, right? Could be that, could be whatever. Like maybe you should, but it's more, I think you have to assess, like be self-critical.
yeah, give yourself time to reflect. I think if you're reflecting enough, most people don't reflect enough, where if you're reflecting enough, like you're thinking of those things, and it gives you time to realize, like, am I okay where I'm at? Like, did I learn something from this? If not, like, you know, how much of my time, like people always like, oh, work-life balance. Like to me, it's never like work-life balance. It's like, okay, in my pie chart, the things that are very important, like, yeah, it's never going to be 50-50, but if I'm doing 80% work this week, how can I now like get that stuff out of the way to then give my 100% attention to my family, right? Because it's waves, you know, and cycles. And I think in being disciplined to not do something, that's one of the hardest things. Like when to say no, that's like yeah, that's being very, very like intuitive with yourself, like knowing. And I think everybody has that internal struggle.
It's just hard though if it's like something that originally you set at, so my specifically, like I set for myself a goal of having 50 units by the time I'm 50, right? So I'm 48. I don't have a whole lot of time. So in my head, I'm just like, I gotta fucking go like now. Like
And
I
my
have
question
to
is,
go.
why 50 units by your 50?
Right. Well,
Yeah.
Ronnie broke that down.
Yeah.
He already took me down the path. So I kind of like
You can get 50 units.
changed.
You can get 50 units tomorrow if you want.
That would be very interesting.
But you can, right? You're just going to overpay.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to get
Well,
a terrible
that, yeah.
deal, right? So maybe the problem is that's not the correct goal.
Right. Yeah.
That's all it is.
But like, even like going back to what I was saying before, like being able to step outside of my own situation to even make that evaluation, that after hearing it, it's like painfully obvious, is super hard to do.
Oh, hell
It's like,
That's like
and that's when this becomes dangerous, because that's when it's like, I could fall back on this idea of like, this is really fucking hard. I really have to figure this out. I have to do it. I have to do it because I do hard things. But then it's just like, is that right? Is this the right hard thing to tackle?
Yeah.
And maybe at that moment when you made that goal, 50 units by 50, like there was good intentions behind it. And like for you to get to where you are now, you had to have that mindset. Where then it's like the reassessing, like Ronnie said, to me is like, I thought the same thing. I go, by the time I'm 30, like I want to own X amount of real estate. I want to have this much money in my bank account. And then I thought about like the real answer of like, why? Like, what do I really want? Like, you know, okay, now I really know what I want, which is like financial freedom, being able to travel, enjoy time with my family. And it's like, okay, how can I get there? And every couple of years, my goals are changing.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like even that, right? You could get that if you want.
Yeah, just
It's easy. You're gonna have to sacrifice a shit ton of stuff,
Mhm.
but you could get it. You're gonna have to work your ass off. You're gonna have to do a bunch of shit. But it's there. You've seen there's examples all over us that we can't do it. But then, right? The thing is, like, if you stop yourself and ask yourself, like, is that what I want? And if the answer is no, it's just stop. That's not what you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? It changes. It's constantly changing, the goals. My goals change all the time. It's like Jocko. It's like you build a plan, you execute the plan, and then the plan blows up, and then you come up with a new plan.
exactly.
Like,
So true.
that's how it works, though. That's the only way.
I feel like I used to be better at that self-assessment though. Like I feel like I used to be better, like even it feels like it's changed even in the last few months in a significant way, where before I had like quarterly retreats, personal retreats, where I would just go into fucking nature by a lake, by a stream, up a mountain or whatever, and just sit and just write. And now it doesn't feel like the right answer anymore. And I don't know what the answer is. And so it's hard to like get that moment to step out of all the stuff in order to find something. I was actually like looking up like silent retreats to see if maybe that might help me.
I think what helps you is hopefully you find it. But it's for me, the part that I've learned that is cool is the curiosity. The curiosity, I think, is what keeps us like young and like, I don't know, like even hearing you, like it gets me hype when you're curious about what's the next thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like all these cliches of like Tom Brady talks about all the cliches in the world. Tom Brady used to say. Tom Brady, you watch football?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. He used to always say like, he's like, I know it sounds cliche, but it's like you have to be the best you. Don't worry about other people. But I think the only way you be the best you is that you need curiosity to not guide you, with curiosity to make you like to make you aware of opportunities.
But curiosity, like general curiosity, or
Just,
like on yourself, or like
who
on
knows?
what?
Just like the curiosity of like, yo, maybe I gotta go to a silent retreat. I feel like once the worst people I think to talk to be around are the people that have lost curiosity.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think as long as you keep that curiosity, things you will continue to grow and things will continue to be interesting.
Mm.
And then I guess for me, selfishly, you'll be more interesting to talk to, right? Because right, like now you're right. I did a silent retreat and it was cool and it helped me with this. But curiosity led. I guess I'm on a curiosity wave right now recently because I realize how important it is. Like that thing is what me and you always talk about. Like that we're never stagnant. It's only curiosity that gets us like, you know, that we're like
keeps you going. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, like what if we do this, you know?
Another thing for me, like curiosity is key, but also for me, like over the last few years, like it's the self-reflection and like growing, it's like finding different ways to ground yourself. And anytime like I find some ways to ground myself, like it helps open my mind to like think and like just feel like you got to carve out the time for these things. Just like how work is so important and your family, all these things, you have to carve out the time for like mental health, right? So for me, a big thing I do is even every day, like I take like a 20 to 30 minute, I try to do 15 to 20,000 steps a day, someone who works from home, and I pace around my apartment a lot. Like I get a lot of steps in. Doesn't mean I always hit it, but you know, I try to land like 10 to 15,000 steps. And something I do, like I try to do at least a few times a week is like when I take a walk, like I'll take a break from work, I'll go take a walk and I carve out where like my phone is on D&D and I'm just listening. And for me, it works. Like listening to, you barely hear birds chirping, people beeping, you know, like I'm looking at something, I like see the tree, I'm like looking at what color green it is, and I'm just literally being in the moment. And then like after I do that for a little and I'm like, okay, I'm grounded, then now like I'll reflect on certain things. And that helps me. Like some people, you know, camping, sometimes it's just, you know, sitting in your place in a quiet space. Sometimes I'll like doodle on my whiteboard and just like write out some stuff. But like if you could find ways to ground yourself like alone, and it's like for me it's not easy because I love being with people. I love connecting. Me and my Veronica like love hanging out with her, probably too much, and always being with people. But like the more I can carve out like a little bit of time like on my own, have like a voice note and like go for a walk, it's helped me like reflect in many facets like of my life. But yeah, that's
I guess that things like that have worked for me a lot in a very good way in the past. I guess, you know what, maybe there's something that I'm avoiding. You know what I'm saying? Like being alone with yourself is like all of a sudden there's nowhere to hide. You know, like you can't like there's no focusing on real estate or the wife or the kids or any, it's just like it's just you. Yeah. And that's it. And then it's just like, now what?
You know, right. I thought I was I had to stop. I threw away my AirPods. I don't have AirPods anymore because I felt like that. Like I wasn't giving myself any time to myself. Even when I would walk, if I would wash dishes, if I was doing laundry, I would be like, I just like, I'm like, yo, am I even taking in like any information? I'm just in a routine. of like just always, and I'm like, yo, I'm like all my thoughts, like I don't know if I have any like personal thoughts. I think these are just all thoughts from like all these people that I'm listening to. I'm like, I gotta
Interesting.
stop.
You got to give like yourself some time.
Yeah, like to process shit and to, like you said, like just kind of.
That's why I took a break from like, I used to, you know, like we love Audible and like.
Yeah, no, I
I'd
took a
taken
break,
little
bro.
Break, and I'm just like, okay, like I was in my car right here.
Yeah.
I did like 20 minutes of silence, and I was just
Yeah,
driving,
me
and I'm like, yo,
too.
I need it because
I do that now.
I don't get it. The morning of my wedding, I literally was like, I left my beard for like the rehearsal dinner, and then I was like, I'm gonna do a clean shave. I walked to the bar. Everybody's like, oh, what are you doing when you're getting ready? I was like, I'm taking an hour to myself from 9 to 10 a.m. Walked like a 20-minute walk to the barbershop, no music, no nothing. Sat in the chair, got my shave in silence. Walked back, got to like really collect myself on just, you know, how I felt, what I was going through. And it's important, you know, because a lot of times you go through life distracted. You know, and it's like
bro.
finding the time to like to be with yourself. Because if you can't like be with yourself and your own thoughts, like anybody who can, to me, that's the definition of someone who's like level-headed and has their and at peace. Because everybody's got anxiety, worries, and if you can like find the time to like meditate or just like, yeah, we have too many distractions. You know, like my screen time is fucking like 15, like 10 hours a day sometimes because I'm like always on my phone and making calls or watching YouTube videos, and I'm like, shit, like I need to. You got to get away from this.
Yeah.
Like the guy, Tim Cook, who runs Apple's like, if I'm on my phone more hours than I am looking someone in the eye, it's a problem.
That's crazy, right? But it happened. That's like the reality we live in. Yeah, bro. I agree. Like I don't have, these are the Beats headphones are the only ones. I like them because they're uncomfortable enough that I don't wear them for a long enough time. And I look autistic if I wear them outside. You know, because like, so it's perfect because like now that she said that, it's in my head. So I barely wear them, which is great. Like you said, like barbershop, I don't take my headphones. Jiu-jitsu, I can't wear my headphones. Swimming, you can't wear headphones. And then for the gym, I don't use headphones anymore, which I used to. And I'm like, nah, fuck that. Like, so I'm like, and you know, and you get caught up, you're working out and you start having like this inner dialogue that I would not, like, it's been so long. And I'm like, yo.
Now, for a while, I avoided that because you're scared to deal with your own shit sometimes. But it's important. I actually, speaking of, I did pre-order the new AirPods because I haven't had AirPods in years.
They're
fire.
They are,
yes.
they're
cool.
so good.
The live translation.
I go to Argentina for my honeymoon, and Veronica speaks fluent Spanish, and I'm tired of always like not knowing what the fuck's
By
going
the
on.
way, the AirPod 2s do the live translations as well, but they don't tell you because they want you to buy the 3s, but it's delayed.
Oh,
And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's purposely delayed.
sure.
Yeah, they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
They could, but yeah. So I got the new ones, so I'm hyped to get
I'm
them.
excited.
Oh, when are you going to Argentina?
End of November.
For how long?
2 weeks.
What's the occasion?
My honeymoon.
Oh, that's your honeymoon.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's
Have you
what we
been there before?
No, my brother's a professional dancer, so he traveled the world and he's been to like every country, and he always loved Argentina. Veronica, she's traveled a lot and she's never been to South America. So we were gonna do Japan. We're very adventurous. We didn't want to like sit on a beach.
Nice.
So we're doing like 4 days in Buenos Aires, the big city. You know, hit like, you know, all the vendors, all like the history, like see all that cool stuff, just get lost, do a bike tour, you know, like learn the city.
Yeah.
Then we fly to this place called the Iguazu Falls, which is like one of the 7 natural wonders of the world.
Is that the big fucking? They're like bigger than
150
Niagara
waterfalls.
Falls, right?
And it's on the coast of Brazil. So then we do a day trip to Brazil. You see the waterfalls from both sides.
That sounds like
We're staying
fire
we're
trip.
staying in
Hell
a villa, and it's like the villa's like the White Lotus, like fancy shit where
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they
yeah,
drive you to the falls,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
drive
yeah,
you back,
yeah.
all inclusive food. And then we fly to this place called Mendoza, which is in the desert, and it's the Andes Mountains behind the desert.
Wow.
So we do 2 nights in like the city.
Are you still in South America?
This is all in Argentina. Argentina's a
Crazy.
massive.
No, I know it's
So
huge.
then we're
God
doing
damn.
4 nights in Mendoza, which is like at the Andes Mountains. So we're doing like a horseback riding,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a traditional barbecue from like they make.
Oh,
We're doing
food's gonna be good.
like we're staying on a winery, so we're like having an Airbnb like on the winery, making wine, like doing all that cool shit. Then we go back to Buenos Aires and we're hitting a playoff soccer game because it's playoff soccer.
Shit,
That shit's gonna be wild,
But
I imagine.
Thank God we did it with a tour. So there's
Okay.
like a guy who he's a he
Yeah.
lives in the town. He goes to all the games.
So you don't
he
get
has
fucking
reviews.
kidnapped.
Yeah, exactly. So you gotta be careful out there. But luckily Argentina is very safe.
No.
So yeah, it's like we got everything planned. Veronica, like me and her, like do the initial like, oh, I like this city, I like this, and she just does a deep dive and comes out with like amazing plans, and I'm like, I'm great.
Where did she learn Spanish?
she lived in Spain for a few months in college. She did study abroad, and she's like, she knew Latin in high school, so her brain, and she's a Norwegian white girl, so like doesn't look it, but yeah, like fluent Spanish. It's
That's
so
the
funny.
best.
I
Dude, when
know.
people peg you for not knowing shit, and then you're like,
Oh, so many people talk shit, and she'll just like, just start spit something.
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
and
yeah.
It's like, oh shit, like I gotta be careful, like what you say around this girl. And like I know a little bit. She'll like teach me. We'll watch some shows in Spanish, and I'll like try to listen. But my brain doesn't work that way, so I was like, fuck it. This AirPods have this. I need to
That's
AirPods.
clutch.
I was like, so now I'm there, and it translates right to your phone. And then if the other person, which I don't care, has AirPods, you could just talk to them, and it just like you're fucking.
No, that's fire.
So
dude, I want to hear about this trip. When
I'm
we
really
come
excited.
back,
Yeah.
because I'm trying to convince Melissa that the world is not the scary place that the United States government tries to make it look like. It's like,
you know what? I'm sorry to cut you off, but I always tell Amaris this because she does sometimes she does that. I'm like, I want you to always remember that before we moved to New Jersey, you used to take the train with hundreds of people right here.
right here,
How
literally.
often did something bad happen? Just remember, like most people are good, right? Like you get caught up sometimes. Like no, most people are
people try to
good.
say like New York City is the most unsafe it's ever been. I was like, I've walked around the Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn,
Yeah.
felt very good and safe. And it's like the media,
That's all it is. Yeah, my
But
fault. But go
That's
ahead.
that's what I was saying before about like people. If you're in an unfamiliar place, it's easy to feel afraid, but it's just because you're not familiar with the place.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't mean that it's a dangerous place. But I'm trying to. So we've been doing this thing where every August we go away for a month. So we're working and dealing with the kids and just trying to have an adventure, right? And so the first year we did Utah, the second year we did Iceland, and then this year we did Maine. And I'm trying to go to South America. Like I'm trying to convince Melissa, like
I'll send
we
you all
will
the
not.
recs. I'll send you everything.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, we're not going to get kidnapped.
No.
We're not going to get killed.
You have to like do a little basic research to make sure
Yeah.
it's like relatively safe, but it gave you the same security guidelines as New York City. Make sure you watch out for pickpocketers. Make sure
Right.
you like don't go near drug dealers, like all this regular stuff.
Right.
And it's like we're even doing a day trip in Colombia because our flight stops over in
Colombia's
Bogota.
fucking- I would
So we're
love to
doing,
go
like,
to
a day trip.
Colombia.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, like Veronica's not bringing her like fancy jewelry.
Exactly. That's
Don't make
exactly.
yourself a
You're not
target.
pulling out a not a cash or fucking.
No, and you got to know like where to go, right? Like we're going to
Right.
Bogota like for the day. I'm not gonna go like looking for drugs and like
Right.
women
Yeah.
and like, all this crazy shit. It's like if you go to a nice cafe, you take an Uber,
Exactly.
you have your stuff with you, you mind your business. It's nice.
And
but-
most of the time, all these tourist places too, right? Like they don't want people to get
Exactly.
kidnapped, right? Because that's their
They
economy.
won't come.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
yeah, like you have family literally in a third world country,
Yeah.
like VR, and like
All the
not
time.
not in the
And I travel
resorts.
Yeah, and I travel all over. Like literally, I was by Haiti last time. Like it's fucking. But yeah, it's like they protect you for the most part. I mean, of course, shit happens always, but for the most part, they want you to come. That's how they make money. Like,
Yeah. But I'll definitely keep you posted how it is and give you the whole rundown.
So we heard good things about Argentina and Chile.
Yeah, beautiful.
And,
My
like-
brother's been to Chile multiple times. He loved it, and we're doing a day in Uruguay, which is basically right outside of Argentina.
Yo, you guys are jam packed for those 2
Hell yeah.
Oh, 2 weeks, and we were gonna go to Patagonia down south, and that's where it's like glaciers.
Yeah,
and you
yeah, yeah,
literally
yeah.
go like canoeing in the glaciers, but like how expensive it is to get down there, and like
Mhm.
only for a couple days with how far it is. We were like, you got to go there on its own.
Yeah.
So, but now I'm pumped.
That's
I can't
good.
wait.
Y'all
It's
gonna
happening.
need a couple
sounds
days
awesome.
after you get back to
Oh yeah,
recover.
we're doing like 2 days in like a spa in Mendoza, so like we're getting a little relaxing.
Yeah,
It's-
Okay.
It can't be too much, but and our last 2 nights in Buenos Aires were like, we're
Chill.
getting a hotel, like not
Just
leaving the
chill,
hotel,
yeah,
just
yeah.
chill, because me and her love to do a lot, like that's just
That's
we were like
awesome.
we can't do a beach, like like we
I love that. Yeah, I don't do resorts. I literally have never been to a resort. Like I don't know what happens at a resort because
Exactly what you think.
you just
I'm-
sit
I'm-
there
yeah.
and like
You just
eat
lay
and
at
you
the-
drink and that's,
that's
it.
it.
Amaris thinks she wants to go to resorts. We do it every year. And every year I'm like, we don't want to do this. This is not who we are. Like, like we don't care about luxury. That's the problem. I'm like, you got to know that about us. Like, this is why we live in an apartment, because we purposely like don't care about a lot of things. Like
Yeah.
it's experiences. And she's like, yeah, you're right.
See, and I love that. Like a little hike. I'm not the biggest hiker, but I'll do like an hour hike, you know, like get to see some cool views
Yeah.
and things like that's.
What's been the coolest adventure that y'all have been on already?
Ooh, good question. When we went to Tuscany in Italy, like that was beautiful. So it's outside of Florence.
Tuscany
and,
is
like, we took,
yeah.
we took a
been
nice train there. Oh, you've been there?
there. Yeah.
Beautiful. So that
Dude,
was
I was in a fucking hot spring with at the time my Italian girlfriend
oh
at night looking up at the stars.
dude,
I mean,
beautiful.
Tuscany is sick.
That's one of the most beautiful places in the world. Oh, mountains, wineries, really, really.
Villas.
I'm going to Europe for the first time.
You go to Spain?
This summer, yeah, for this.
Barcelona, right?
Yeah, Barcelona.
Love Barcelona. Cool spot. You'll like it.
That's
It's great
cool.
food.
Yeah.
It's you'll like you don't really love to party, but like the partying there is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it makes you want to like go out and have a drink, like the tapas, the food. Like everybody's always outside, very family oriented.
Okay.
People are walking all day long. They have little plazas. There's great music. The Gothic quarters are really cool. Now Barcelona, they try to be their own country. They're like trying to be like Texas and America. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, nah, we don't speak your language. We don't want nothing to do with the rest of fucking Spain. They're like, we're our own. And it's like, it's cool to see like their culture, and the food is
Slamming.
insane. No, it's insane. Like I only started traveling like, you know, a few years ago. And
Yeah.
Spain's awesome.
Nice. I'm excited.
No, it's cool. You'll like it.
Is it just the two of you or four of you?
Definitely not. No, the flights were crazy when I was looking at.
Wait, the kids aren't going?
They're not going.
Oh, nice.
No,
okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
you'll actually really be able to have.
Yeah. It'll be pretty cool.
Was that the first time?
No, we went to Jamaica without them.
Okay.
Yeah, that was.
See, that's the beach resort.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Without kids, it's different. Because if I do go I told Maris, I can stay in my house, and if without the
It's
kids,
a vacation.
it's like a vacation. So
Mm.
No, I get that. But yeah, Spain, it's more of like you got to sightsee, you got to have things planned.
Yeah,
things to
yeah,
do,
yeah.
and I love that. If I don't have like my first day, I love just getting lost in a city where like we'll do like a bus tour like around to really get to know the city, and then like we'll just walk, and it's like anything that looks cool and fun, like you pop in,
yeah.
and then you end up looking at your list. It's like, oh wait, I actually like had that one on my list. And
That's
this.
cool.
No, it's fun.
cool.
I love that. But one of my
Sounds-
cousins is nuts. He and his wife, a couple years ago, they have kids now, you know, they don't do it as much, but they would go travel all over. He would go to France. He's the guy sends me every rec, anything I just went to Montreal a few months ago, like 7 places he sends me. They're all fucking amazing. He's
Yeah.
just a foodie, knows all the good spots, and he loves putting other people on. Like it's like a high for him. Like,
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
did you see my list? Like, did you go here? He loves it. So him and his wife would go to France, and then like day one, instead of like enjoying the trip together, he's like, no, we're splitting up. You're going to this side of town. I'm going to this side of
That's
town.
fucking
We're
That
checking
is-
things.
I
Like,
love that.
yeah,
Fucking
like
love
this.
that.
You see, I love hearing that.
That's
I would
fucking
never
awesome.
do it, but I love hearing.
I would never do.
But I love. See, I want to talk to that guy.
Oh, he's nuts. I love it.
Those
Why would
I,
you never do it?
I have no interest. That doesn't sound fun to me. But what I'm saying is, I love that. Like that guy's all in.
Oh, and he has a PhD in chemical engineering, so like research
Fucking
is
in.
like,
Yeah.
his thing.
I love that. Excites me when I hear people like that. I'm like, this guy knows exactly what he wants to do. He has a plan, and he likes it. It's
Yeah.
fun.
No, he loves it, and like now he's like, oh, my 2 kids, we can't really like
Makes sense.
both up and like
Fuck
this.
Dude, we have only been Melissa and I have only been away from the kids for maybe 2 days. I think just overnight. I can't remember an actual 2-day. It's insane. Like we've never been on honeymoon either.
Wow,
So yeah, it's crazy.
it is.
It's an kind of. I mean, like besides Jamaica, which was 3 days, we've never We've
Yeah.
never like.
Well, you guys are very active parents, you know, like you want to spend time with your kids.
Yeah,
It
that's why I'm
makes
not surprised. Yeah.
Yeah.
different
But-
times back then, you know, like parents wanted.
Yeah, exactly. And it was more community, like, you know, living. You know, there's a girl in Abby's class that lives in my building on my floor.
Mm.
And I told the Maris, and I'm like, this is the problem. Like, I'm like, I don't want her in my house, and I don't want to get invited to her house. If we're gonna go on a play date, we do the play date somewhere else.
Why is that?
Because I don't want
The
that whole.
familiarity or
I just don't want I don't want someone to get too comfortable and they just knock and they just come into my house.
You want that to be like, yeah, your own space.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like this is the problem on why like our kids are always with us because we're probably very like, you know, like our unit, everyone else is just an outsider, you know.
Yeah, we're similar. Like they've never done a sleepover and other kids, and
Yeah.
other kids are getting sent away to like some, like, what do they call it, sleepaway camp, and our
That's
kids
crazy
have
to
never
me.
done. Yeah, we
That's crazy to
can't
me.
really.
Yeah,
No,
like,
we're
I
just
can't
not
do
there.
that. Yeah. I don't even like my kids that. Nah, I love my kids, but my point is like they annoy me, but I'm like nah, but like they got like they can annoy me, but like they got to stay here,
Yeah.
you know, arms length.
No, and that's why I want to, because I want to be like that too. But before I have kids, you know, I want to like really experience as much as I can before knowing
100%.
like it all becomes about them, you know?
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like you want to be a good father,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Like that, I always tell people like the problem with like being a good dad is that like you make it all about them.
Hmm.
I wish I was a bad dad. Would have been easy
It's cool. It's. I mean,
for
it's,
them.
No, I mean, personally, I like
joking.
it in the sense of like, I think of like I said earlier, I didn't grow up with my dad, but like, you know, my kids, like Grayson and Charlotte, sometimes when they're in their rooms, they will call one of us to stay with them. They're like, "Dad, can you stay with me?" And I don't care what I'm doing. I'll be like, "Yes." The answer is always yes. And I'll read and I'll do the whole like, but it feels so good to like be able to do that and like just know that that's going to be a part of their lives when they get older. And be like, my dad, like,
Yeah, you're actually shaping them, you know, and like when you're acknowledged,
Yeah.
like when you're actively doing it, like most of the time people that are raising kids like are surviving, right? So they're not like able to like, I wouldn't say most, some, you know, aren't able to
Most.
instill, yeah, like the principles that like maybe you would think that best helps them grow up. And I've seen it, you know, firsthand, like even how when I was growing up, like it was survival a lot of the time, you know, you're just fighting
That's
to like
true.
get through the
Mhm.
fucking day.
Yeah.
yeah.
And like not build the best habits or like, you know, like all these little things. Like I was even reading something online, like I was like, oh, don't tell your kid they're amazing. Like give them confidence and that will help them feel confident. It's not like, you know, like all the praise and everything. Like you think it's like teach them, you guys obviously
Yeah.
know this shit, but it's like crazy. Like the psychology, like no one gives you a playbook on how to be a parent, right? Like
Yeah.
you just sometimes, you know, fall into it.
And you know what else too? Like I have a plan for what I have a plan of what kind of person I want my kids to be. That's the other thing. Like I feel like a lot of people don't have that, right? Like, I'm like, yeah, like I want Abby to have these certain principles, right? Like I don't care what she is. I feel like a lot of people focus on trying to make your kids something that they're not, rather than give them the principles to whatever the fuck they are. Just like have these principles, but also like I wish Abby loved jujitsu, right? But it's like she's a fucking artist. Like she got published in the Rahway Library.
No way.
Yeah,
That's
I was like,
awesome.
I was like, fuck, she's an artist. Like that's who she is. But like, you know, you teach them principles, but don't. I feel like parents like to no, you're gonna be a baseball player, right? And not focus on the principles,
Right.
right? Like they do almost the opposite, which is the easier way.
Well, and they're also sometimes like living through their own dreams.
Of course,
or, you
1000%.
know, what do you call those, like hardships that
Yeah.
like, they went through, and it's like, yeah, it's trauma. It's crazy. It's so hard to break that
Yeah, bro.
that fucking that chain, you
Yeah.
know, that we've all like been through, and it's like, you know,
But we have a unique opportunity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we have the ability to assess. We are not in like I always tell my parents, like, yeah, I don't knock you guys. You guys were in fucking survival mode, right? We're not. Like I'm not in survival mode. I have no excuse. I could assess and stop and think and be like, what do I want for my kids?
it's hard.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
That's capable. Yeah.
Yeah, like you have the ability. So like I feel like you have to. It gets me mad when like other people have it and they don't use it. I'm like, motherfucker, you're just like me. We're not struggling. Like we're good. We're not great, but we're good. Like assess what you want to do. Assess what you want. Like, you know, like one of the
100%.
things I tell people is like, yo, you should want to hang out with your kids. If your kid's a dick, like, you know, like that means
You should
other
probably do
people don't
something
want to
about
hang out
that,
with your
right.
kid. Like
Yeah.
you want to be like, you want to make turn your kid into a person that you want to hang out with.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like the easiest thing. And I feel like people miss that boat,
Yeah, for sure.
right? Like your kids are cool. Like
I think
last time I saw your kids are funny. I was like, I'm like, okay, they're like Grayson and Charlotte, like, you know, Charlotte kind of picking on Grayson and then they're going back and forth and then they go to you and they're playing the game. I was like, I could fuck with this. Like, this is cool. This is
Yeah.
funny. Like, these are like like TV show shenanigans.
Now, then there's annoying kids. I play softball with these
Yeah.
guys on my team, and he's annoying.
Yeah.
And his fucking kid is a spitting image of him. And I'm like, yo, you're like being disrespectful. He's like, I fucking hate my sister. And I was like, whoa, like, I'm not even his dad.
I'm like, calm down, dude.
I was like, yo, like, your sister, we're supposed to have her back.
Right.
You know? And he's like 9, and he's like, fuck this. And I'm like, he's like, and then he's like, this kid's throwing crazy stories. He's like, yo, some guy hit on my mom once, and my dad knocked him the fuck out. And I'm like, how do you even know this? Like, you shouldn't even know what's going on.
chill,
Your dad knocking somebody out like in front of you, like over a comment. Like he's like, yeah, he called her hot. He told him to shut the fuck. I was like, bro, you're like a typical fucking.
That's insane.
Oh, and he wants to invest. He's like, yo, like Jag, like Airbnb, like what
The 9-year-old?
No, the dad.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like, bro, like chill, Greg, like you know.
Chill out.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, every week, text me, like, yo, what Airbnbs you buying right now? I'm like, bro, it's not that easy.
None.
We don't just buy it every fucking week. It's like we bought fucking 2 a year ago, and we're
That's
still working on it.
funny.
But yeah, nah, that was funny. But no, yeah, family, man.
That is fair too. I think like often the kids are often just like the parents. I mean, it's just, you know.
Yeah, until you can grow and be your own person. But it is wild.
Yeah. It's
Laughing about that kid. That kid's funny.
No, it was funny, and he wouldn't leave me alone because I'm nice to kids and I talk to kids.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
all the other guys are like, you know, they all have kids probably like on the team, and they're like
Yeah.
ignoring the kid. And I'm like, kids like showed me like fucking Yugi, whatever, fighting videos of like Dragon Ball Z or something. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I actually love that shit. But yeah,
you said baseball?
oh, I play softball. I'm in like 2 or
Softball.
3 softball leagues. Very
Okay.
competitive. Like
I heard like certain kid sports are just like wild. Like the kids are super competitive. The parents are cursing out umpires and
oh, it's
refs,
wild.
and
Yeah.
people are throwing stuff and just going
Like I
crazy.
played highly competitive baseball as a kid. Like my dad was nuts, and I played like
Tony
Tony
Bone.
Bones. Yeah, he was nuts. At my wedding, like they have like a box where they're putting all the gifts. He's carrying around the box like people come to restaurants and fucking steal this shit. And we're like, dude, no one's stealing like our shit. And then like literally the whole night, like he was holding it. He's like thinks he's like a fucking like I don't even know. He thinks he's in the movies. And then in the morning he's knocking on my hotel door. He's like, I got you fucking box of gifts. But no, he was obsessed with like and that's what like I am a little like I get obsessive about stuff and like I really like, you know, lock in. That's how he is. And with sports, I used to go to like 10 tournaments out of state. We would fucking be playing 100 games a year. Like
Damn.
he made it like a fucking like legit like you're trying to get to the road to the MLB. Like he was trying to make me live through, you know, his dreams. And
Oh, he wanted
he wanted to play in the MLB.
Oh,
but then
okay,
he had
okay.
kids when he was in college. and,
Gotcha.
you know, dropped out, all that shit. But and he was it was great. And it was fun, you know, and I'm glad I found the joy again where now I play softball with my friends and I'm in some good leagues, like some like highly competitive, like fast pitch, like and then some like slow pitch drinking leagues. They get to like have fun. And it's
social
like
leagues.
but nah, as a kid, that shit fucked me up, you know, because like if I didn't become a great baseball player, like I was a failure. It was that was hard to go through. But once you know, go through your shit and you figure it out and you realize like some people like, and that's one thing I've really learned, like look at like people like a baseball card, like, you know, like what are they capable of, you know, and like accept them for who they are. And like the sooner I can get to a place of accepting people for who they are, like the better.
That's the challenge though. That's the balance though, because like how do you know who people are unless you push them?
What people show you.
Well, yeah, don't go that deep. Like it just like if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
Most of the time. Exactly. Yeah.
Interesting. Because my niece, her dad essentially forced her to swim, like competitively. And I remember like there's this famous in the family video of her like when she was a kid where she's just crying and he's just like, yep, you're fucking swimming. And she's just like bawling and she had to swim. And then like I talked to her now and I'm like, you know, how'd you feel about that? And like, what's the result basically? She's like, oh, I'm glad he pushed me because I love swimming. She still swims and she's fucking great. She's like, I'm glad he pushed me.
So yeah, there's a fine
like,
line. It's crazy.
You know, how do you know when?
I think you know.
Yeah.
I think you know. Like you.
You think he knew like when she was bawling?
I think you know if Grayson's crying about something or pissed about something. I think you know.
Yeah, I think I would know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. I always check though. I always have a check. I'm like, you sure you want to do jujitsu still? If you ever want to stop, you can't stop right away, but you can stop eventually.
Yeah.
You know, just to check.
No,
But,
for sure.
Um,
I think you know.
Jiu-jitsu's awesome. You do it too?
no, fucking my butt. I just told you all the broken shit I have. Like my body would not. I rolled a couple times, but I don't think I could do that sustained amount of time.
Ronnie's like a black belt now, this guy.
Yeah, black belt?
I'm not a black belt.
Oh.
I'm not even a blue belt.
Oh shit! I was
green
going to
belt?
say, damn.
I'm a
man.
white belt.
You a white belt still?
Yeah, he's not gonna promote me because I only do no gi. He only promotes gis,
Yeah,
which I love.
yeah, you're not there for that.
I don't care. I have zero interest in. I'm not like, what am I trying to be? I told them I'm only here for problem solving. Like, as long as you can help me problem solve, like, that's why I don't miss it, bro. I think the big reason why I deal with so much shenanigans and such a calm thing is, and I'm nicer to my kids because of jujitsu as well. I've learned.
Nah,
Interesting.
jiu-jitsu's great. There's so many mental
Yeah, bro.
things, and like starting as a kid, like I did it from like 5.
He's a
to-
fucking black belt
No,
on the
no, no.
low.
My mom's actually a black belt. My mom did jiu-jitsu for 20 years. Yeah, she's a
Holy
beast.
shit.
She would like beat all 3 of us up.
Yeah.
She's like, and like in jiu-jitsu, not like some of these things where you get a belt, like no, like 10, 15 years of like grinding. Like I did it from like 5 to like 16. So like,
You see what I'm saying?
went to tournaments. Like it was,
Yeah, that's
but no, I wasn't like,
serious
some
shit.
people, yeah, I got to green, and then it was like I was in high school thinking I was cool as like a, didn't want to do it anymore, and like I always knew how to defend myself. It was crazy. Like
Right.
I would see shit like before it happens, like walk away. Because they always taught you like avoid at all
Yeah.
costs. Like the tough guy is the guy who avoids it.
Yeah.
If you're backed in a corner and then you have to defend yourself, now
It is
like,
what it is.
teach you like how to do it. But like those little things kept me out of some serious shit, and like just knowing how to defend yourself. And then my mom would do like woman classes only, so like she could teach women like
Self-defense.
and then like how to get out of a car when you're doing groceries, like little shit, like how should you like
Nice.
little things, and everything's always like a discussing a threat. Like it's crazy. It's a problem for me because everything to me, like if I'm on the train, I'm like, I see a guy's book bag, I'm looking here, I'm looking there, I'm like, Veronica, if we get off this train, we'll go there. She didn't know what happened, and I'm just like always
Shit gets me tight.
probably too alert.
Amaris
Gets you what?
roams. It gets me mad. It gets me tight. Like
Oh, it's-
Amaris roams the streets. Like, and I'm like, did you not see what just happened? She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, did you not see that guy? Like, yeah, it gets me so mad. I'm like, you gotta know where you're at, man. You gotta assess what's happening.
There's some really good. There's a couple that I get shorts from these little videos.
Yeah.
And yeah, the guy is like doing all this assessment, and the lady's like, it's like me when I'm with my woman, and he's just like, what the fuck? What's that guy doing? What's this person doing? And it's like her when she's with her man, she's like,
It's so true. Crazy.
With kids is even more like, I hate the train now with the kids. I fucking hate the train because I'm like, I don't want to judge people. I really don't, because you really don't know. And I know, like, sometimes I'll be looking crazy, and I'm like, I don't want people judging me. I'm like, but with kids, if I'm like in a highly populated area with my kids, I'm judging everybody. And I'm like, Ronnie, this is not nice. Like, and I'm like, fuck that guy. That guy looks weird.
Yeah, it's
That
crazy.
guy
At
looks
the
like a-
time, those guys are probably the best guys.
Yeah,
it's like,
and I'm like, but it's because you're so just in panic.
No, I get it.
Because you're like, these motherfuckers. And then I always think, I'm like, yo, God forbid something happens, right, with my kids. Like, it's like, what do you do? Like, do you get like it? Hopefully, it never turns to violence, because if you have to get violent with someone, then who's watching your kids?
Yeah, that's the tough part. Yeah.
Right. That's always something that runs through my head. Like, what do you do? Like, I don't know. Like,
it's avoided.
So are you
Avoiding
with
for
Amaris or not?
in this situation, I'm by myself.
Oh, okay.
'Cause then
if you're
it's
with
a little
Amaris,
easier. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But it's like, you guys go that way.
Yeah.
I'm about to get into some shit right
Yeah.
now. But yeah, my mom, we were in that situation with my mom quite a few times where she had hands.
Yeah, your mom.
Yeah.
She had to let people know.
Yeah. Some crazy shit. But yeah, but the interesting thing about that constant like evaluation and assessment is like, I think a thing that happens, I don't know, it'd be interesting to hear what you guys think, is that it does take a toll on us as human beings. So one day I was back in the Bronx. So my mom still lives there, so I go back there often. And did I tell you the story?
Maybe
I was
Keep
at
going.
the chicken shop. I went to the hood chicken spot, whatever, and I just wanted like a chicken sandwich or whatever.
Where was it?
Up
I was
on
gonna ask the same thing.
Curious.
where was it?
Yeah, like
On University in Tremont.
Okay, no, right, yeah, I know over there.
I mean, yeah, it's if you don't know the area and you walked over there, you probably wouldn't feel most anybody, including myself sometimes, wouldn't feel comfortable. But like there's a lot of shit happening. There's a lot happening. In the city anywhere, it doesn't matter where. There's just a lot. There's a lot of noise that we don't hear. Like right now, like we walk outside, it's gonna be peaceful, quiet.
To me, this is weird. I'm like, yo, this eerie quiet. I'm like, I need a bus, I need a train, I need 20 people.
Sirens.
Yeah, I need a couple crackheads on the corner. I'm
Dogs
like,
barking.
Where's my that's my white noise, but yes.
Yeah, when I first moved here, I couldn't sleep because it was so fucking quiet. I literally had to turn TVs on and shit.
We still sleep with
quiet.
We still sleep with white noise. Me and Harris, we can't sleep in silence.
You were in the Washington Heights too.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, so we have like Maris's mom hates it because we have like thunderstorms.
I love
like
that.
surround sound around the house. Like I'm like, we need noise. This shit is crazy how people sleep in the quiet.
But yeah,
but so I'm in the spot, and they pulled out all of the seats. Probably I don't know if it was from COVID or people were beefing, and they just were like, "Fuck it, no one's sitting in here anymore." And I'm standing there, and I'm just like, I'm looking around at everything. I'm doing that assessment on everything, and I have my back to the wall so that I can see out the door. And then this guy comes in, and I just like I already knew before he walked in the door. I'm like, this is gonna be a problem. And he comes in, and he's like, he looks at me, and everybody fucking looks at me, and they just like peg me as the sucker. So many places that I go, so people look at me and like, this dude's gonna be so easy. And so he looks at me as he goes up to the counter and he looks at me and is like, buy me a chicken thigh. I'm just like, what? Like what? Literally, it was like, what? It was like, yeah, buy me a chicken thigh. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? And I'm like, my blood pressure's going up, and I'm like, and I didn't even realize it at the time, but like, like later I look back and I was like, my fist is like starting to ball up, and I'm just like, no. And he was just like, yo, buy me some chicken. And I'm like, no. And then I'm just like ready to fight.
Yeah,
like I'm ready. I'm just like, this is gonna be a fight. And then he just like pays for his fucking chicken and leaves.
He was testing.
I'm just like,
that's it.
What the fuck? And then I called my brother later that day, and I was just like, Bruce, like, what the fuck? And I explained the whole thing to him, and I was just like, is it me? Like, have I gotten soft? Like, I literally, one of the places that I own is in East Orange. Last week, I went to go check the property at night. And I literally walked the neighborhood just to check myself. I'm like, am I soft? And I'm like walking around. It's dark as fuck. Like all these people hanging out in the corner in front of the liquor store. And I'm like, can I walk these streets? And I asked Bruce, and I was just like, yo, am I soft? Like what happened? And he was like, no. It's just like, that's how it is when you live in the Bronx. You're always, I said to him how crazy it felt to me, how like my body, I was physically having reactions. And he was like, you're just not used to it anymore. Yeah, he was like, that's just how we were when we lived there. That's just how it is. And then I was like, oh shit, you're right. Like when I'm there and when I lived there, that's just how it was. And then when I leave that environment, just like, I like, calm down a little bit, and then when I go back into it, the contrast is so strong. I'm just like, fucking kill someone.
Oh yeah, it's.
I don't like going back home because of that.
Yeah.
I hate it because I know because you get those feelings again. Yeah. And you're like, oh man, I like this. Before I used to think like this was it, like right, the Heights, like this was just it. This is where all the Dominicans live. I'm Dominican, like this is where I got to live the rest of my life. Like that was the whole thing. Get an apartment, get your mom's apartment, control rent, all that, right? Like. And then you realize like, nah, and I hate it there now. Mm-hmm. Bro, you know what was crazy? I used to drive when I used to work in the DOT. It was normal to be in like an hour and a half traffic, right? From like World Trade up to West Side FDR, you choose, it don't matter. It's the same shit. And that was normal. And then it was like finding parking for like 2 hours.
Jesus Christ.
And then like just dealing with drug dealers and like
Yep.
and just shootouts. That was just regular. And I was like, the fuck? Like now that I guess I see this shit, I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? Like this shit is people like there's some people that voluntarily choose to. I'm like, that for me is crazy. Like, you know, I get it if you don't have like again, my parents came, whatever. Like, I get it. But like I have a choice. Like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And it's yeah, it's wild. It's a completely different life. You know, it really is. And like just being always alert on Front Street and like having to like always be like every time I'm in the Bronx, like I'm like a different version of myself.
Yeah,
like,
you have to be.
And then, like especially being like a white guy, like they see me as like a target. Like and then once like I was in the store, I'm grabbing like a paper to roll a joint. Like I'm in the store, like I probably, you know, shouldn't be in that neighborhood. And I know, mind my business, don't say nothing. And like I'm behind this guy and I didn't know if he was like, and he was a young kid. And that the young kids are the ones I get the most nervous about. Cause like,
they'll do stupid shit.
Trying to prove shit. Kid has a book bag, keeps like looking in the book bag. And he had like, I didn't care how he looked, but like, you know, I could just tell he was from the area and like he was getting pissed the guy's taking long. And like, you could tell he was just like, you know, going through his life. Like I was just like, damn, I see like struggle and like, you know, you feel bad. And so I'm looking at him for a second and like I try not to make eye contact with people and like I end up like locking eyes with him and like I knew he was gonna say something and I'm looking away. He's like, what the fuck you looking at? And then I'm like, damn, okay. So then I
like, my bad.
I was like, my fault, bro, you good? I just say it like that and I look away and then like he looks at me again and I was like, okay, now he's testing me. So I was like, I take my headphones off. I was like, you good? And he's like, well, I was like, you good? And he's like, yeah. And he walked out, went to his boys across the street. I crossed the other way. I stood where I needed to stand, like, and just like kept my distance. But I was like, oh, if I would have responded the wrong way, he's like, oh, I'm walking this guy down the block. I'm catching a lick on him. And that's it. And I'm like, little does he know, I know 65 people at the bodega from here that live in the 2 buildings of the store. Like, I feel pretty safe in this area, but you still, you know, gotta, and it's like, yeah, it's different. In Park Slope, where I'm at in Brooklyn, like, you know, you could put your shit out front, leave your car door open. You know, people are nice. People are asking you questions. Like, it's the community, but everything, you know.
You know, it's another thing I learned too about like, I guess I never experienced is that like so I don't know which podcast I just do. Some of them say it, but it's like when there's less people, you know how we grew up with like just a lot of people around us. Like here, like I say hi to everybody.
Oh yeah.
That's another thing. I never and someone said it, but it's true. It's like it's not that you don't want to say hi. It's that there's so much people.
You say hi to a million
they're
people.
just in your way, bro. I make an effort. Mary's like, you're such a loser. I make all the crossing guards. I put down the window. I'm like, hey, good morning. Like, thank you for helping. Like, I make an effort, and they're like, yeah, like, you know, you could. I know they're annoyed because I do it all every day. But all the neighbors here in the apartment, I say hi to all of them.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how's it going? Like, I hope also, like, I don't want to make a conversation with you.
Yeah.
But I just want to say hi. Like, hey, you're safe. I guess it's like assurance for me too. Like, hey, man, I never felt this before, but like, we're safe. Like, we're good.
Yeah, no, it is different. Like people across my hall, my building, like I'm nice now, but at first I'm like, I'd grill them, you know. You guys all right? Like, you know, like I got to make sure I know.
Yeah.
And then now I'm like, I'm cool, but no, yeah, I don't. Like my neighbors are like old school, like lived on the block 40 years, like they're like Spanish families, like, you know, like whatever. And they like they look out. They're like, yo, you're about to get a ticket, like buzzing me up. They're like, oh, like, you know, if your girl's ever walking home late and like, you know, see something, they'll fucking jump in. Like it's nice to be nice to your neighbors, but no, in the city, like outside of my street, like no, I don't. If someone looking at me, I'm like, you got your okay, like, you know, I'm getting stared at. People don't do that.
That's funny, bro.
Yeah, man, this is a nice podcast. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, I gotta get back
God,
to
it's 3 hours.
I gotta get back to the